What is up, everyone? How's everyone doing today? It is a Wednesday night, which means it is D&D night. I am excited. I am excited. It's D&D night. We. It is episode 12. Vauld's gone. The search for Vauld. We are. So, just to let you know, the music and noise that you hear in the background, it comes from Tabletop Audio. We have Gemhammer. We are using Roll20 for our game. We are using Discord for our voice. We have the deck of all the things and the deck of plunder from Gemhammer and Sons. If you if you like D&D and you want some great additions, I mean they just finished Grim or Grimoire. Really, that's a thing now. Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about, but really, although you know what, there needs to be a thing. Um, uh, just so everyone knows, we're talking about weird achievements in a game. But during World War II, during the b- um uh during the battle of during Operation Market Garden, there was a man. There was I want to say he was a colonel of the Red Devils, the British paratroopers who were tasked to capture Arnhem, who walked around with a bowler hat and an umbrella. And not only did he walk around with an umbrella, he took out a German, I forget if it was an armored car or a tank with said umbrella by getting on it and literally poking the guy's eyes out. He If he said he landed on his feet, I would have said that the Bard rolled a nat 20. There are and survived. There are two of my personal favorite stories from World War II. There is, I know, game time, but real quick, Mad Jack Churchill and the story of the Scottish bagpiper who was off the boat first on D-Day. Yep. Yeah. Alrighty. So we are now going to go live to Ravelin with the recap. You ready? You ready, Rev? All right. Take it away, my friend.
So, we started off our last session by preparing for our meeting with Father Vault. Um, to ensure the, or at least hopefully a less awkward meeting, I took Tavo aside and had a brief conversation about his fanboy nature, considering, um, I mean, yes, Father Vauld is Father Vauld, but he's a compatriot, not, hero to peasant type thing. So hopefully that managed to smooth things along. Um, we did discuss what we had found in the sewers and how all that seems to directly relate and correlate to some other rumors that Bald was investigating, though he was, um, oh, what's the word? He was very recalcitrant about
Nice word.
reciprocating in terms of information. And I definitely felt hero to peasant where I was giving information and not getting information, and I don't necessarily like that. But he did give me some advice as it comes to the dreams I've been having, and they've changed since speaking with Vauld. I'll get into that later. After we spoke with Father Vauld, everyone kind of devolved into yet another drinking party. Why we bother going to a tavern and expect a peaceful night's rest, I don't know, but that happened. Instead of joining the frivolity, Meru and I decided to discuss what had happened, at least in terms of his mental state in the sewers, and I ended up putting him to bed. And we'll leave that at that. Um, the following day, everyone seemed to go off on their own way, mostly, I believe, for shopping sprees. Saronis dragged me through all of the gun shops and various other artificing type places, to which I retaliated and dragged him through all of the jewelry stores and clothing stores. I feel that was appropriate revenge. Still, it is nice to dress up a little, and I think Saronis was on the same page since he bought himself a nice set of clothes as well. Then we get back to the inn, and fate has once again decided that we shall not even have a single day in which something has not happened, because Father Vauld is now missing. That's all the information I have, as Tavo was not exactly in any kind of fit state to provide details, considering said fanboy nature that I mentioned earlier. So, Father Vauld is missing.
He's my hero. What can
Did
I
he
say?
leave on his own? Was he convinced to leave? It's relatively random that this has happened at the same time as our return and aiding his investigation. So, I don't know if we're even supposed to deal with that. It's, again, we are initiates and he is Father Vauld. Do they really want someone like us investigating this? I mean, sure, we get results, but I mean, I kind of feel like a bull in a china shop here.
It's Father Vault, though. He
I
invented the
get
bowl in
that
the
it's Father Vauld.
he invented the bowl in the China shop.
He kind of did, actually.
See,
Well,
I have it on this
maybe that's
card.
where I have a different perspective then, because I mean, yeah, Father Vauld is Father Vauld, but he's a member of the Inquisition just the same as us, so there's a
Old children,
certain level.
while they get results, are a lot more problematic than us.
And you've got something very important. There's a wild party where we
Oh
found
yeah,
out
I
that
totally
where we
totally
found
skipped
out
over
that
the part.
where we found out that Saronis knows how to drink.
I think Kamari was the one that dragged you all under the table, though.
No, I drank everybody under the table.
No, you just survived longer.
Which means that he drank everyone under the table.
I'm just upset that I would keep being a lightweight. Bullshit. Baloney.
Biggest guy.
He's lean. He's lean, all right?
Anyway,
Need to
there are
eat
just
more.
some times
Go
when
visit
I wish
the
we would be
halfling.
able to get a minute to deal with our own issues and our own traumas before we are once back in the thick of a life or death situation. Because I have a very bad feeling that this is going to devolve into a cluster of poorly thought out decisions, no planning, no communication,
So like every
I
other
feel
time.
slightly insulted.
The Kybals are looking around, going, "Wait, what? Who? Not
Yes,
us."
yes, you too, and Tavo,
Hey,
and
my
Marrow only
hero,
when he's not in his right mind.
my hero might have gone missing, but that means
Hey,
I
I'm in my
appreciate
right
you.
mind.
I appreciate that you didn't throw me in with that lot. Thank you.
No,
No,
when
you
you do
just
something,
jump
it
in
usually
after
makes
us.
sense,
Out.
Thank you.
and you end up like trying to save their asses. But yeah, I know. I use the word because it's true.
The situation at hand, though, is from the news he brought us. The entire order is in disarray.
yeah. The when I went to the temple today, it was normally where it's peaceful, I can get my bearings, but everyone, and I do mean everyone, from the elders to the to the lowest initiates, were running around. It. This is big.
Yeah. If they're in a panic, do you think anyone's thinking clearly on the situation?
So, Padre, why are you so infatuated with Father Vauld? I mean, like, I get it, he saved you, but like, what's the deal, man?
I mean, it's more than he just saved me. I mean, Father Vault saved you too, but the way he saved me was, I mean, he never told me, though I found out just by virtue of overhearing the right person at the right time. When I was a young child, there was my village, my everyone was captured by this cult, and we all were supposed to be part of this blood sacrifice. And he walked in and just owned everyone and saved me. Not just me, but there was another girl. I don't know who she was. There was undead zombies, skeletons, cultists. There's a reason why I was able to. There's a reason why I was able to. There's a reason why I'm so dead set against the dead. No offense, Rav. And there, and
Hey,
if
it can be dead set against the undead, to which I am not.
fair enough. I
Exactly.
apologize.
Just because I die doesn't mean I'm undead.
He's only
Okay.
mostly dead.
Nice. But yeah, I was about to end it all so that they wouldn't kill me, and then Vauld came in like Moore's vengeance made manifest, and he didn't just stop the dead. He destroyed them. He obliterated them, and like the sound of a clear bell in the middle of a city. He struck down those who were about to hurt me. And what followed was a very, very bloody battle that left Father Vauld a bit bruised, but standing like the hero that he is on top of a pile of bodies, both undead and cultists.
That can't be good for his ankles.
I mean, he just owned everyone. And so, yeah, he took me and the girl from there and put me in the order. I don't know what happened to the girl. But, yeah, I was made part of the order. There's a reason why.
Padre, I'm sorry, I didn't know any of that.
It's okay. There's a reason why
So-
I honor him with everything from my clothes to my weapon to how I style myself. There's a reason why I have these. I pull out my deck of cards that I made about him. I wouldn't
And
be
I
here
get
without
that.
him.
I get that you can, love him as a father figure, respect him for doing
I
what
owe
someone
him
else
my
wouldn't.
everything. I owe him my life.
Yes, maybe, but
Not maybe.
you
If
don't
I
owe
if I did if he
Tava.
didn't come in there, I would be dead.
But you don't owe him your life to fanboy after him. You are not worshiping him like a god. Respect him and what he did by actually making something of yourself and not trying to you don't prostrate yourself at his feet and expect him to be proud.
I'm not trying to prostrate myself. I'm just trying to live my life like he does.
But he wouldn't do that to somebody else, even if they had saved his life. Yes, he'd respect them. And he would express that in, words or actions, but not that way. There's a difference in how you present yourself, and even the same action accompanied by the words can mean something different.
You're right, Ravelin. It's just that when I've spent the better part of the last 20 years doing that, and so I mean, well, I understand where you're coming from, and I agree. It's not something that I can turn off like a light switch, or not a light switch. Those don't exist. It's not like something I can turn like a knob or anything. It's gonna take time. But one thing is for sure, we need to find Vauld. I owe him that much.
Well, let's repay him in this case by finding him. But I would like to challenge you to not act like his saving you makes you any less than him. This is just what it appears to me, that by fawning, it appears like you're fawning over him, like you're like a courtesan type relationship where you're trying to earn favor rather than earning, rather than just by taking the life he saved and using it. You're trying to impress rather just don't try to impress him. Just do what you think he would do without any thought to being acknowledged or recognized or praised or anything. Do it because that is what you as a person want to do. That's how you want to be seen. Get him to respect you the way you respect him because of the things that you do. If that makes sense. But anyway, seeing as how everybody is running around, from what you said, like chickens with their head cut off, I guess we're gonna have to man up and deal with this ourselves. Because
The entire
party
time
that's gonna
Mayru
do
is-
that.
The entire conversation happening, Mayru is just over here literally going through all the facts suddenly.
Kamari's carving a wooden spoon.
Turn.
Right. So
Yeah, here I am giving Tabo a lecture on etiquette. Okay, so it's still early-ish.
what time is it anyway, Fallen? Has the sun gone down yet?
The sun has gone down. It's probably 7:30 at night.
Okay.
So we have a choice. We can try and go out and investigate, but I find people are going to be less likely to talk when it's dark because they're worried about what they can't see, what might overhear them, all those little things that go bump in the night, So
Conversely,
if
every
we
second.
want to And I get time is of the essence, but if we go and try and talk to somebody now and they stonewall or say what they think we want to hear just to get us to leave rather than telling us the truth, we're going to end up
They'll tell me
The
on a wild goose
Inquisitorial
chase.
outpost cannot just shove us away when we ask something unless it's something classified. And that is where we first met, is it not? We were there looking to restock our own supplies when we ran into him.
Yeah, because we wanted.
He seemed to have
finding
just
a-
gotten done with the meeting there. We could try to retrace his steps.
Well, we know we had a meeting after us, but
Which, if that is the order, he never arrived. But if it's not, we have to retrace all of his steps to figure out where he could have been going before the order.
and we
He could have
a-
told someone where he was going and told someone, when he got there, told someone else where he was going from there. We can't do that if we're just sitting here, and it might be late, but the Inquisitorial building isn't closed, really.
And that's the point that I was trying to make, is if we go and try and talk to people during the night, and if they're concerned about what's hiding in the shadows, they might not tell us the truth. They might just try and say whatever they think we want to hear to get us to go away. But if we go during the day, when it's light, people feel safer. They may be...
Why
they may
would
open up
anyone
more.
inside the Inquisitorial outpost be afraid of us at this time of day? I'm saying
or
go
at
there,
all.
not everywhere.
Not afraid of us. Afraid of what's taken
I
Father
didn't
Vauld.
say us.
If
I said,
there
why would they be afraid inside their own outpost?
if there
Because
is a
Father Vauld just got taken from the outpost.
He
That-
wasn't
no.
at the outpost. He left here, and from the time frame, he had a meeting within 2 hours he never arrived at. We're not in the outpost. We're in the middle of a city.
Yeah, but that outpost is in the city. And something happened to Father Vauld. That's the thing, is something's happened to someone legendary, and
You're
outside
missing
of
the actual
outpost.
point there.
Is
He
that
was taken outside the outpost, not in it, or they would
what-
know
I know.
something took him and why.
What
And
Mira is
I
trying
get
to
that,
say is
but-
that the outpost is a fortress. No one in their right mind, not even an army in their right mind, would try to go and spy on the out and go into
But
the outpost.
regardless of that, you're not getting my point, because like, you've put Father Vauld on this legendary pedestal. That's Father Vauld. Like, the be all and end all. Like, who would do something to Father Vauld? And
I'm
even though
going
he's
to
not
point-
inside this fortress, Father Vauld goes missing, and now people in the fortress are going,
No, it wasn't in
what
the
was
fortress.
The order
stronger than
is
Father Vauld to
No,
take
no,
the
no,
him?
no, no.
order is not the Inquisition. It's two different things. He was
I-
supposed
the
to
church,
arrive.
I'm
Church
not...
of Kellenvor is,
Okay.
is the one in the panic.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Church of Kellenvor is in a panic. He never reached there. We have no idea what's going on, and plus, if we needed something important for our own mission, we'd still have to go to the Inquisitorial outpost. Breaking into that is literally breaking into a castle. No one inside of it in their right mind would be afraid, because who's going to kick their door down? They are the boogeyman.
And the
Okay,
and the
but if
temple
those
is just
people
a
who are
temple.
thinking we are the boogeyman is in the same mindset as Tavo here in regards to Father Vauld, this is like the big hunch or
different
the
people.
head cheese, and
Two different people.
okay,
Yeah.
you're still not getting my point. You're
I think
it's not. I'm not talking about
I
the
think she's
order
trying to
or
say
the
that
physical
people
location.
have.
I'm thinking the people's mindset to. Yeah, okay, we're the big bad. We've got our castle, but this is Father Vauld. So if something, even though it wasn't inside this castle, has taken Father Vauld, well, what am I gonna do? Like, I'm not Father Vauld. It's that disparity of why.
That's just what I'm saying is there's
Yeah.
two different places
So-
there that are being lumped together for some reason.
Everybody take a breath.
I'm not lumping together a place. I'm referring to the people.
Hold on, I think I
talking to
can.
you.
I
I know
think
what
we can
she's
get
saying.
this. What she's saying is, if the church is reacting that way, what's to stop the Inquisition from having a similar minor panic attack that an elite Inquisitor just went missing.
And at night, people are more likely to give in to their fears or their worries, or to wonder, well, what's there listening that I can't see? I mean, even when they're safe and secure inside their own castles, they still might be less likely to talk or less likely to tell the truth if it's going to save their butt. Whereas during the day, they would feel more confident. They can see what's around them. They can know that, again, it's a psychological thing.
7 people are currently missing. All of them technically Inquisition, because we have no idea where his team is, which is another 6 people.
They weren't with him, though, for at least not our meeting. Why would
Our
they have been?
meeting, no. But he would go nowhere without his team. 6 people are unaccounted for. They were also supposed to get married soon, which is also really hard timing on that. But the other point is 7 people are now missing.
Do we know they're unaccounted for?
Yeah, we don't.
We can't find that out unless we go and ask. Nobody knows about that. No one here, at least. We would have to go and ask.
Well,
But at the same
I'm not
time,
saying let's not go ask, because definitely that's on the table. I am just trying to make the point that the questions
at
we
the
ask and the
same
people that we talk
time,
to right now,
if Father Acacius comes looking for us, what's to stop him from meeting the same fate? He trained Vault.
And Acacius and Vauld had more than a small hand in training me.
We might actually be on a time crunch ourselves here. Because Vault goes missing after our meeting and discussions about our home situation. What's to say we're not being watched? And what's to stop Acacius from meeting the same fate when he arrives with us? There's a lot of elements at play here. I
Yeah.
don't suggest leaving alone anywhere. Looks over at Kamari.
Wait, what?
no.
If anyone walks out of this building alone, there's a chance they might not be coming back given the current situation.
So we all go, or we all wait. My vote is go.
And again, I'm not saying don't go, don't invest. I'm not saying no. I'm just saying don't expect anybody that we talk to tell the truth. They may say what they feel is going to save themselves or protect themselves because they don't know what's going on any more than we do. And if something has happened to Father Vauld or someone has taken Father Vauld, well, again, Father Vauld is Father Vauld, and we're not.
I'm more concerned about his team than him. If someone did take him, they got a lot to deal with, because even if they're taking him for questioning, he's not going to crack.
And the Inquisition doesn't scare easy, Ravlin. That is something I learned very early on.
But we have 6 people unaccounted for. Even if we just went, asked, just, do you know where they could have been? To see if they're okay? No matter our answer, we can try questioning other people in the morning.
Again,
Right now, I'm more concerned about 6 people who were unaccounted for.
Again, and I'm not saying let's not go ask. I just wanted to make the point, which again you acknowledged.
Ravlin,
We have acknowledged
we know
the
what you're
point.
saying, but no one will lie to me. Trust me on that.
I would lie to you in a heartbeat if I had to.
If
Maybe we'll straight up be
idea
honest
what's
there.
going on
I
right
would
now.
lie to you if I had
But
to.
how many of us can see in the dark?
I got dark vision.
Quiet.
The city
If
isn't that dark.
Quiet. If I may interject for a moment, this lantern that I've acquired is a lantern of truth. Nobody's going to lie to it. Okay? Everybody breathe. Take a second to collect yourselves.
I don't care what answer we get, just if we can figure out
Meru.
if there's a possibility they're in the city or not. That's all I care about at the moment, Ravelin. I'm not saying go track down Vauld in the middle of the night. I
And
want to
that's
know
not
where
what
his
I'm
team
saying
could have been.
either.
Let's just see if the
I understand your
Inquisition-
point. Your point does not change the fact that 6 people are unaccounted for.
Let's see if the
We
Inquisition has
we
a
only know
lead.
that Father Vauld has not arrived at his destination. There was no mention that any of the others of his group were expected to be on that meeting. Otherwise, they would have been
That's
mentioned to Tavo as well that they were also missing.
That's why I want to go and ask the Inquisition if they would have checked in there, if they're there, or if they would have stayed somewhere else in town.
Let's go
That's
ask.
all I care about.
Okay.
Can you guys not start playing Truth or Dare? At least right now.
Sorry, May.
Ravelin, I know what you're saying, and I totally understand what you're saying. But we should at least.
What?
I don't know.
I swear to Tezka, the next person to repeat something they've said again is getting flicked in the throat.
Thank you.
I'm tired of the circular argument. It's getting annoying.
And I agree on that too. And that's not my intent.
All right, I'll leave it to
Again,
the
everyone is
party.
focused on.
I'll leave it to the party. I will do what the party wants.
We're going to go investigate.
I'm saying
Hear me out.
if we wait, or if we go right now.
As I've said, the only thing I want to do is figure out if they had a place in there or in the town. Everything else can wait
Right.
till tomorrow when people will answer truthfully.
Hear me out for a moment. Tavo, Meru, you come with me. We go straight to the Inquisition. We come straight back. No side shit, side stuff.
Zero, can we borrow that? Can we borrow that lantern, please?
It's Inquisition. You really think they're gonna lie?
You never know.
Can't you cast Zone of Truth?
I can.
No.
They can, but they can just sidestep the questioning.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure the lantern doesn't require them to answer either.
If they don't know what the lantern does and they're just holding it, they won't know that they've lied until it goes out.
Just got this.
But at the same time, is it wise to split?
Better than arguing.
There's 3 of us who are all at least combat proficient, and the rest of the party is here and safe.
And I have a spoon.
Mario
You're
has a
in
spoon.
safe. You're planning on putting me in a corner, Steronis.
Hey,
For the moment, yes.
Hey,
Now,
Kamari,
There's no 5 minutes. Be ready to go. I have to go change.
hey, Kamari.
Yes.
I gave you 250 gold. Did you get me anything?
I'm working on it, Padre. Don't you worry your pretty little head. Oh, I did find something though. Take a look at these. They're like super grim, but like it's totes fine. They're super duper cool. And I hand over.
Are
the
those
gloves.
hide? Are these hide? What type of hide is this?
Just try not to think about it too much.
I put them on and I flex my and I flex my hands and they're like, wow, these are really nice.
I wasn't really trying to argue, just
Although
it's
where
concerning not
is-
knowing everything.
I can't add anything to my Oh, so
You might have to reset Roll 20. I did.
yeah, so what is the can you just DM me the stuff?
Already did.
Thank you.
So when Seronis comes back in 5 minutes, we're all going to be going.
I have a spoon to work on.
Oh, you can totes work on the spoon, but you're coming.
I just see Zero picking the chair up while you're working on the spoon in it.
So, Ralph,
Come on.
please take this the right way, but it sounds really weird when you say totes. So just like you sounded like my mom for a second. Like I'm
Totes my
sorry.
goats. Sorry.
Could you please never compare Evelyn to our mother again?
Why,
Oof.
our mom is cool.
There are times, Kamari, that I feel like the mother of this little collective.
Does that make Zero the father?
Yeah,
Yes.
in a little bit, but I'm totally not sleeping with Zero. So
And I understand. I don't take anything personal in that.
Kamari's in timeout.
yeah, pretty sure Kamari already called dibs on that, and I don't poach.
Wait, what did I just miss?
I don't know,
Nothing.
but
Go
Alright,
back about your business.
everyone ready to go?
Why do they look like they're getting ready to leave?
Because
They're
we are
coming with
getting ready
us.
to leave.
Everyone decide when you were upstairs changing. By the way, that's a dashing outfit you have on now.
This is my regular gear,
Oh.
thanks.
Had on.
Oh,
I
okay,
think you
nice.
meant had.
Yeah, had. That's a dashing outfit you had on.
I just wanted to work on my spoon, Roni, but no. Apparently, Lenny wants to play mama and bring everybody around.
I didn't say you couldn't work on it while we went there. I mean, it's not like we'd be the ones asking any of the questions since they want to stick us in a corner.
Frankly, I don't want to do this
Besides,
either. I was just
I'm
expanding
carrying.
by one member, so hopefully people would be a little more comfortable with it. But if we're all gonna go, let's go.
Yeah, we're all gonna go. The three of
Continue
you,
to
once
work on the
we're
spoon.
there, can go off and ask the question, but we're all in the same building. That's the point.
Big man, you can put me down. I can walk. I promise.
You need to focus on that spoon.
If the concern there is anything that could ambush or take down Vauld, would be no match for just a few of us.
Might not even take, might be able to take all of us. We don't know, but
Better safe than sorry. If half of us
Exactly.
goes missing, the other half have no hope of saving us.
so
Well, let's go.
as long as we're all in the same building, even if we split up after that, there is a better chance that if half the party gets in trouble, that the other half has time to respond. Fair enough?
Yep, let's go.
Add Seronis, I have this, and I'll put my hand on the hilt of the greasy needle. I'm pretty sure if, push comes to shove, you're gonna want this on your side.
Can't argue with that.
That was one of the more interesting combats that I've had, switching back and forth with weapon possession.
Oh, so by the way, just like note for the group, while I'm like over Zero's shoulder, if you guys find like magic items, let me like play with them for a minute because like I might be able to remake them. And put them in a more convenient form because like that's what I do. Okay, thanks. Just a
Well,
friendly
when you
PSA
have
from
more
your
than 5 minutes to breathe, Kamari, I'll let you take a look at this and maybe you can duplicate one for Seronis. It is definitely useful.
Thanks. Although I don't really want to touch it, so like gross.
Alright, so we're moving now?
Let's go. And I lead the way out.
just to be clear, where is the party going at the moment?
The key.
I was gonna say whatever inquisitorial
Yeah, the Inquisitorial outpost.
presence there is in the city.
Basically, where we went to make our initial report and ran into Father Vauld in the first place, as far as I understand.
That's what I'm inclined to believe.
As the party makes their way through town, it is a quiet night. There are revelers and night folk wandering about doing their thing. It seems rather peaceful considering the panic that Tavo was describing earlier at the Church of Kellamvor. Eventually, the party comes across the inquisitorial outpost, and indeed it is a bit of a fortress. Upon entering, it seems busier than usual, but again, there's a little bit less noticeable panic. There's definitely a bunch of people moving around, moving orders, and it seems as if armed parties are being formed.
I go. I go to like the. Well, I guess it would be the special agent in charge's office, like the head of him.
They are not in the building.
Do I know who? Do I know the chain of command?
You know the chain of command, and the head of the Dern Inquisition does not actually reside in the inquisitorial offices. In fact, her office is not located in the building whatsoever.
Well, like, do I know the chain of command where it would be where I could talk to like the highest ranked officer in the building?
I think the question is more to the point. If the head honcho isn't here, who is?
Well, there are seem to be several people, like I said, forming what are essentially small search parties. One large individual seems to be directing them. He seems like a human, but he's very heavy set. Not super tall, maybe as tall as Tavo, but much bulkier.
We talking like? Are we talking like built or fat?
Mass.
Okay.
The guy seems definitely overweight, but he's got that ex-football player kind of overweight build.
Well, I walk up to him. Excuse me, sir.
Who are you? What team are you part of?
I am Father Tavo. We are
no more paperwork.
We are from the City of Bells.
City of Bells, Father Casius's team.
Yes.
We came to ask a question regarding the recent disappearance. I was concerned about the team itself, not necessarily Father Vauld. Do you know where they might be in the city or such?
Father Vauld's team wasn't due to arrive for another day. He moved on ahead, giving them time to plan some wedding or something, was the excuse. Now, if you're here to help, I need to know what your team is, what your composition is, and what area you're willing to serve.
Well, what information can you give us so far? He met with us. He met with us. As far as we know, we are the last people to see him.
About 8 p.m. last night.
At the local tavern.
We
Well,
were sharing notes from our previous mission.
the last person we received a report of said they saw him around the college district.
At around what time?
We passed him along the bridge. It seemed like he had just left whatever meeting he was going to, but he never returned here to the inquisitorial.
And what time was
He
that
never
at?
returned here by midnight, or he never returned to the Church of Kellamvor by midnight, as he said he would.
Oh, we're 6 strong, 7 if you count Yogg. Though I think our senior member is Ravelin. Kind of motion to her.
I'll give him a rundown of the party member general class skill or description within the party. And I will also elaborate to indicate that we had recently been on a apparently parallel mission to what Father Vauld has been investigating. We may be the best ones to identify anything we encounter as related to what Father Vauld was investigating. We can start by retracing his steps. Does anyone know where that meeting he attended was exactly?
We do not. Hell, we were unaware he was on a mission. You said you were in parallel investigation?
So
What were you investigating?
It's a very long story. A
basically,
issue with the sewers, bit of runoff, a magic mutation, as well as exploding goblins that attacked another town. He seemed very interested and apparently recognized some of the markings on things we found.
yes.
Fantastic. Well, as he goes through the names, he just kind of looks up. Kaibal? You have Kaibal with you.
We have 2 of them.
Yeah, 2 of them.
2.
God, they're multiplying.
I
Pretty
would
Wow.
say
sure
they
two's all we're going
multiplied
to get.
years ago, considering they're brother and sister.
And we don't multiply.
Although they do
What
try.
was enough of a thorn in our side.
It
Yeah,
was once, sort of.
Once that
Regardless,
caught you.
No.
We're
I
getting
wouldn't say-
distracted from the point.
It is not a distraction from the point.
She's
As a
part of
matter
the
of fact,
Inquisition. It's
as
a
a matter of
distraction from
fact-
the point.
Yeah,
As I was about to say, young Tavo, it is very relevant to the point, considering she
I wouldn't
should
call
know
relevant.
a few people who might be able to give some information.
No, I can't. No, that's not a thing.
I mean, she did
Are you
go
trying to
to
imply
the.
something about my sister?
She did go to the college here.
I did, and I can get information that way, right?
Vauld did mention helping you, and
It's not a big deal. It's fine. Really.
Honestly,
over.
honestly,
most of the people Vauld help tend to be lost causes or Tavo situation.
and,
No,
well,
I was just struggling in arcane physics. I mean, it was rough, man.
honestly, Father Vauld views her as worthy of help. That's all I need to know.
Can you please elaborate?
Please don't.
I'm pretty sure he's the senior officer here, meaning you can't really tell him no.
Well, I mean,
She
I-
has some unsavory friends. Got her into a bit of trouble. However, that means she knows where to look if I send you guys to the south end.
No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I don't know where to look.
Come on. We
Mari.
don't need details. We just need you to use what you know to help us find Father Vauld.
Your past
Okay.
is your past. We
Yeah,
all
but
have
like,
'em.
the thing is, I kind of have to do it sort of by myself,
Ain't happening.
sort of.
Nope.
Not a chance in the 9.
Okay, so then it's obviously not going to happen. So
It's gonna happen. We can do what we can run play whatever you want, but if you have information that can help us, we need to do this.
no offense, Padre, but you scream Boy Scout, so that's
Alright.
not happening.
Then what should I do to
I'm-
change?
Gotta go get the door. I'll be right back.
Anyone got a disguise kit?
How can I not? How can I look more unsavory?
You know what? It's probably better just to like leave that plan. Not a big deal. Like I'm sure they don't know anything.
We can. And what if they do?
I'm like super sure they don't know anything. Super duper sure. Like 100%. Yep.
Can I cast Zone of Truth without anyone knowing?
No, they know it's active.
Yeah, Zone of Truth even says they know when the spell is cast. They even know when they fail.
Well, you know what? Screw it. Why don't you think
You
that they're
forgot
going...
that in your saving throw there.
Oh, there's a saving throw? I just did a straight copy.
Charisma saving throw. On a fail save, the creature can't speak a deliberate wide wall in radius. You know whether each creature succeeds or fails. An affected creature is also aware of the spell and can thus completely just avoid the question.
Alright, what? I'm sorry about that.
The creature
Zone
can
of-
be evasive in its answering, however, so long as it remains within the boundaries of the truth.
Well, let me-
Zone of Truth is not going to help you much here, Pod.
Huh?
It's not going to help. There's no point in it.
Oh, crap. I wasted a spell slot.
Giving you a chance to rescind it.
Oh,
I'm,
thank
I'm
you.
just telling you, it's not going to help much because Kamari doesn't actually have to answer anything.
Alright, well, how about this?
At the same time of saying that,
Can I try to persuade her with a persuasion check?
I was just going to say, if you're so concerned, why not take Ravelin with you?
And we
She can get into places anyone can get into, given
Okay.
her history.
and we can hang out in an area that we can easily rush in.
Why don't we talk about this like later, not in front of like, well, everybody. Like we'll talk about it later. Like not a big deal. We'll just like not right now. Okay, thanks.
No persuasion checks against the party.
Dang it!
If you're going to convince the party, you have to actually convince the party.
I'm
And
trying
some
to-
people can just be extremely stubborn and always say no, but Meru had a point of, if you know people, Ravelin may also know them.
Come on, what? Just say it like this.
No.
We're gonna see some
No.
friends. I don't need to know anything more. You're seeing some old friends. Fair enough.
Cool. New subject.
New subject. What's our mission?
Go to the south end. See what you can find.
I'm sorry. I figured he was just going to say that.
Sorona swears in tabaxi.
Mari swears in tabaxi, worse than what Saronis said.
And I will be right back while Ravelin is AFK. I need to use the restroom.
The south end. Can you describe it to me? I barely walked into Dern that much. Trying to vamp here.
Okay, I'm back-ish. What would I miss?
Well, we're going to the south end of town, and yeah.
And it's actually
It's now in
confirmed
order.
Kamari's not going by herself?
Oh no, we want to let her.
No, we've all been issued a mission to go.
Mm-hmm.
I'm back.
Fallen?
I'm here.
Okay.
Sorry, I
Alright,
was
she
on
couldn't go by herself.
I was eating, so that's why I'm a little slow to respond.
Oh, who left?
Ravlin?
We lost a Ravelin.
Uh-oh.
Maybe. Oh, there she is.
She returns.
Yeah, Discord reset.
Oh, that's
She
nice
had
one.
Rabbit coming back from the dead.
So,
Oh.
Hello again, Murloc.
Well, the conversation went nowhere.
is
They
there?
looked at the guy and straight was asked, so what's our mission? Because we are here, and he definitely needs help. It is kind of our job to help the Inquisition.
Is there any way
Oh.
I can? Is there any way I can look like I'm not part of the Inquisition? I ask him this.
He also sent us to the south end, Ravelin.
Padre, if you're asking if you can not look like a Boy Scout, the answer is there is no disguise kit good enough. No offense, honey.
What if I hide all my emblems and everything?
No.
No.
It's a matter of attitude, not appearance.
Yeah, they kind of decided that at worst,
Bootlickers get a trash
you
bath.
would go with Kamari to make sure nothing happened.
Yeah, no.
That
The only
was
one
to
who did that
Ravelin.
was
I'm pretty sure that was to Ravelin, because Ravelin is actually a rogue as well.
Kamari, I have just
I'm a rogue.
for this.
But you actually have a level in rogue.
I have 3 levels in rogue.
I thought you were more fighter.
He's a scout fighter, scout rogue.
I don't know how he's scouting both, considering we're level 5.
Okay, so I have 2 levels in rogue. My apologies.
Yeah, but you don't know my contact. Hush.
But what are we doing?
Alright, first of all, big man, I really need you to put me down.
No.
Apparently, we are escorting my sister to try to get herself killed.
I will not get killed when he's with me.
I'm holding you, so you're not going anywhere right now.
But like, really, big man, I need you to put me
No.
down.
Can I do a performance check to see how
No trouble.
Well, big man, I can't really lead you guys to the South End district if, I can't walk there.
I'm just going to say it once. If we put you down, will we need a leash for a cat?
Ouch, that's very rude. No.
You have had a habit of running off lately.
No, you don't.
are you gonna
But-
run off and leave us behind?
No. Lenny just has to pinky swear to me.
Insight check.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure everyone's going to be rolling on that one.
Why can't I have advantage on that one?
I think the walking off alone with Slammy Jack kind of made everyone question you on that.
You used your one.
Kamari, roll deception.
What?
There
Roll
better not be
deception.
any deception, Kamari. You owe me, and I will consider this one of the answers. But I will hold that answer in confidence.
As far as any of you can tell, even Zero, yes, she's being honest. Probably because she knows that there's at least three people in the party fully capable of running her down and tackling.
I'll just lasso her.
Okay. So, big man, you gonna...
Fine. I'll put you
Put
down.
her down.
Okay, thank you. And
Did
Sorry
it-
about that. We've had a few.
With your tail.
What did you say, Fallen?
Was anyone else expecting Zero to just say, "Yeah, you can direct us. You just switch your tail which way we need to go"?
I
I was gonna hold her tail.
I was expecting him to just say, "All right, you can direct us. Point where we need to go."
We kind of bowed to the commanding officer there, and I apologize for that. We've had a habit of her running off lately.
Not my team, not my problem. Get us the information.
okay, let's go.
Before we go, is there any other information you can give us?
He needs us to
Disappeared
get information.
sometime between he disappeared sometime between 10:30 and 12.
And
That
what
is
time
a
did that
one-
report come in?
Well, we know when he left us. And if he was due
Yes.
back at the temple at midnight and didn't
But-
make it, clearly he disappeared somewhere between
Well,
when he
no.
left
What
us
time
and
did
there.
did the report of the guy that said that he saw
The person
him?
the exact information you got about the person who saw him was that he was. One moment.
There's a 1 hour, 30 minutes area that he could have vanished. Question is, how long does it take him to go from point A to point B at that point?
Well, Kamari, how far is the south side from the temple, from the tavern?
I can answer that question as soon as the god voice in the back of my head is back.
God voice in the back of your head. Love it. I just call him the madman who controls our fate.
I just call him convenient plot devices.
Savior.
Oh, the best part is figuring out how lenient the rails are on his system some days. Leads to interesting situations.
I'm so happy I found this such a great group for my first campaign.
Okay, sorry about that. So the information you got about the last person that actually saw him was the person was on their way to the college across the bridge, and Vauld was leaving the college via that bridge, and he didn't look happy.
Means whoever he met with did not leave him happy.
And what
And that-
time?
It could be literally anybody.
And what time did he see him? Did he say? Is it 10:30?
It was between 10:30 to 12. Yeah, 10:30 mark.
Okay, Okay.
at least an hour and 30 minutes, which means how long would it take from there to his destination?
Would I know the answer?
You can make an educated guess. It would depend on where he was going.
Well, I mean, depending on how, let's say his destination, he was going back to the temple.
If he was going back to the temple, it would have taken him maybe 30 minutes tops.
Which means he most likely had another stop. Otherwise, the meeting wouldn't have been at 12.
Or he wouldn't have said that he would be back at 12.
We're missing a destination, like I figured.
Well, remember, they said he would be back by 12, indicating he wasn't sure how long his meeting might take.
Did I get any information from the
That's right.
temple?
He left us to go to a meeting, which means they saw him leaving the meeting. Who did he meet with?
Did I get any information from the
Well,
temple?
like, I'd so much rather go to the school because, you know, like, I know people there.
Mari, we were told to go to the south. We're going to the south. There's no two ways about it.
Gonna
You know
argue
this.
with a senior officer.
I mean, I can argue all I want. It doesn't
You
necessarily
want to go
mean
back on my shoulder?
All right, let's go.
Okay.
Want to go back on my shoulder? Nope, let's go.
Thanks, Dad.
All right, I lead everybody reluctantly to the south end of the city.
What would the dress code be, Kamari? And may I have 5 minutes to change?
We're in the Inquisitorial Keep.
The
Where
dress code on the south end, as fancy and pretty as what you currently see on the map, the south end is the exact opposite.
Okay.
Yeah. Traveling in a big group, probably not a good idea, just saying.
Well, you either travel alone or in a big group.
Well, if we stagger it.
Because anything else either draws attention or makes you a target.
Okay, Lenny.
So we have a collection of big burly men in armor, and then there's you and I. Let's take 5 minutes, Kamari, and play dress up. I have some new clothes.
The two that only really stand out in this party is Meru and Tavo, and Meru just doesn't fit anywhere.
I don't know. I would say the Goliath kind of stands out too.
So Lenny.
He's as rough and tumble as a city wall.
Lenny.
You just called me a wall?
I said as a city wall, like
Oh, okay.
your outfit matches
Kamari?
city
Sorry.
guard.
You cut out on my end. And
You promise you're not gonna say anything,
I
right?
promise.
Pinky swear.
How many vows would you like me to take, Kamari?
As many as it takes not to tell anybody. But I get the feeling that we're
Zero,
gonna.
hand me the lantern.
No, I don't need the lantern. It's fine.
we
Can we
already
hear this?
said we couldn't use it on her. I can't let you
I
have
wasn't
it
going
for
to
her.
use it on her.
Okay. I'll hand you the lantern then.
Kamari, ask me if I'm going to tell.
Lenny, are you gonna tell anyone what you hear about me down there?
No.
What color's the flame? Okay. I believe you.
And I will give Zero the lantern back.
Thank
Hey,
you.
hey, Zero, Saronis. I think we need to go talk about something else. Let's go over here. I lead them away.
All right.
Okay.
So, Rav's gonna dress up in one of her former rogue espionage type outfits. And I think Saronis is going to swallow his tongue.
Mari
Because,
just wears her regular clothes exactly as she is.
piercings and sparklies included.
And probably upon seeing Rav, Saronis is at least biting his tongue rather hard.
Yeah, Rav dresses down when she's on inquisitorial mission. For her, dressing up is, again, it depends on if she's going to go from, street corner to courtesan, but, she fits in where she wants to. Or needs to.
How long does it take us to get down there?
Why do I assume that's what she walks out as?
Close, but less metal.
I'm stealing that. To my packet of future characters it goes.
So more of that.
All right, Lenny, you ready?
Yes.
I think Saronis is bleeding from his mouth. You should stop biting your tongue now.
All right.
Shut up, Zero.
Make me.
I take Lenny to wherever my contacts are.
That insight check was for
Everybody makes their way deeper into the south end. There's a point where Kamari would just kind of turn around and kind of shoo you all down an alleyway before leading Rav up a couple of streets and then ducking into an alley.
Can I find a way to stealth and kind of keep tabs?
Oh shit!
I heard that yell.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's a no, Saronis.
I'm not asking her.
Value your life level, no.
You can try
I
it.
got
Make
out of existence.
It was nice knowing you, man.
Yeah, that sounded like there's going to be real life retribution kind of no.
Yeah, she can
Great,
try.
Saronis just died.
You said it. Make your stealth roll. All right. Now, Tavo, Ravelin, and Kamari make perception checks.
Why is
Why
Tavo?
am I making a perception
So,
check? Why is Zero making a perception check?
because I have a feeling Zero would immediately try and grab him and stop him from doing something stupid.
Oh, he hit me in the ribs with socks.
Well,
Seriously,
Tavo,
brother, knock it off.
you notice after about a minute after they head out, he starts trying to sneak off after them.
What do you think you're doing?
I don't have to explain to you.
You don't want... Are you going to do something that can hurt your sister? That can hurt our chance to find Vauld?
If she's gotten dark ties and they find someone they don't like, what's preventing them from slicing her throat in front of you? Careful where you step.
Saronis, just remember what you said to me. Just do the same thing.
This isn't like in the...
Tavo, shut up. I don't like it. I'm gonna stay. Just keep your mouth shut.
I should just
Breathe.
say we don't know who our enemies are.
The two ladies are fully aware of this conversation behind them. As they get about a block up, they hear the conversation go on,
Why is my
and it
brother,
sort of fades into the background.
why is my brother
They
such
go
a...
another block or two up, and then you suddenly hang a right down an alley. Down this alley, you find a small sign hanging in front of a door. It just says Smith and Sons Trading Company.
All right, Lenny. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. We go in.
As you walk up, the door is closed and locked. But this is usually when their real business hours are in operation.
Interesting.
Yeah, just equal, okay? I do the secret knock.
Why don't you describe the secret knock, Amari?
Three click. Two pauses. Two quick. One pause.
A moment later, a little panel in the door slides open. A pair of eyes kind of peek out, looking around, look down, see you.
Kybal and a friend.
Well, I'll be damned. Tunk, 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 tunk. Door opens, and a very husky dwarf kind of steps out and immediately bear hugs Kamari.
Hi. This is my friend.
He doesn't seem to pay attention at the moment as he's lifting you off the ground, going, I heard you pinched you in that last operation. It's good to know, good to see you're okay. They didn't rough you up too much, did they?
No, not too bad. Just
So where you been? Did they have you locked up? I mean, I heard they caught you.
yeah, just a quick cool off for a little bit, you know. But I got a few questions for the boss.
Oh. All right, okay, it's over. Who's the dame?
Just a friend. She's cool, I swear.
Kind of gives you a sidelong look.
Kamari calls me Linny, and I'll introduce myself.
Well, nice to meet you, Lenny. Is there any particular reason you brought your friend here?
Yeah, 'cause my brother's a turd.
It's not a good enough reason to see the boss, Kamari. You know how things work around here. It's like
Mari and I
we
are
just get
partners.
ready for a,
He goes, I go.
We're like partners, you know? And I wink.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, come on in. As he leads in, he sort of shuts the door behind you. And then you hear a familiar click click.
Mari takes a deep breath and puts on her best smile.
To further the ruse, I will give a attempt at a comforting shoulder massage because I'm pretty. Is Raph taller than Kamari?
Kamari's only 5'3".
Yeah, I think she is.
Not by much. Rav's 5'6", but still.
And yes, that was the click of a pistol cocking.
Really? Is that necessary?
It's all right, love. Shoulder massage.
Oh, Kamari. See, rumor has it after you got pinched, you were taken away by a certain inquisitor. A couple of other rumors said that you might be working with him.
No. Where did you get that from? I mean, yeah, he busted me out, which is like, cool, fine, whatever. But like, you really expect me? Like, hold on, me? You know who you're talking to, right? Me? To be an inquisitor? Are you insane? Please. I can't even follow my own rules. You think I can follow someone else's?
I don't know. Tim hasn't really lied to us before.
Well, has Tim been sniffing something lately? That's what I thought.
What are you here for?
I'm looking for information.
On what?
Someone who went missing. But since you're not the big man, you don't need the detail.
Oh,
You can take your pretty you can take your pretty boomstick, walk us in, we can ask our questions, and you can walk us out. Okay?
Hey, boss! Guess who's back for a visit?
Hey,
And we-
handsome.
The most flamboyant, flaming elf male walks out, takes one look at Kamari, screeches like a schoolgirl before running down the stairs and jumping on her.
Hey, handsome. How are you?
Oh, darling, where have you been? Why haven't you called? Why haven't you written? I've been so worried about you.
Well, I mean,
Jared, why are you pointing a gun at her? Put the gun down. Don't.
Perhaps I should be the one apologizing for her absence. She's been a little tied up.
Ah!
Oh, Kamari, I like her.
I thought
Are you guys
would.
coming back? Are you deal?
What was that?
Are you coming back to work? Please tell me you're a package deal.
Maybe. Can we talk real quick somewhere comfy that, like, doesn't have firearms involved?
Oh, don't mind him. He's just paranoid.
Well, yeah, I know.
Put the gun down. But boss, I said put the gun down. Just kind of huffs and puts the blunderbuss away. So what is it you need to know, darling?
Can we sit?
Said, oh, yes. You get tea. Yes, no, not that. The tea. So hard to find good help these days. Come, ladies.
Smile, Lenny.
I can see where you get your taste in males.
Thanks. Aren't you glad I picked you instead, honey?
Absolutely. And to further that point, wherever he leads us, no matter how many chairs there are, I'm pulling Kamari into my lap.
There are no chairs. There are only couches.
That'll do. And the pulling into said lap will be by the hair if I have to.
Oh my.
I said,
How red is Kamari at this moment?
quite.
Somewhere between tomato and sports car?
Lean more towards sports car.
I'd lean more towards Rudolph's nose.
I think I would lean more towards a red dwarf star, but okay.
I told Kamari the things I used to do before I joined the Inquisition, or while even for the Inquisition, so she should know that this is, while an
Val.
act, it's entirely honest.
Val, honey, I'm looking for information on someone.
Of course, darling. What do you need? You're a family. Just ask. And don't worry about Kendrick. He's paranoid. Some inquisitor or whatnot got kidnapped. He thinks everyone's going to be scouring the countryside looking for the poor man.
Well, it's funny that you mention that. That that Inquisitor, he knows a friend of mine, and it's pretty bad for business if, one of the head Inquisitors goes missing. So I was hoping you saw him, or your eyes and ears, can keep
Oh,
looking.
darling, no idea how bad for business it is. And listen, the friend of a friend thing, that doesn't work with me. It's like, I don't know what you did with this man, but if you want to find him, if you report money or whatever it is, you can keep that to yourself. I don't really need to know. Though, I love details. But in any case, as far as I know, no one's tried to move him. Whoever's got him is keeping him.
Him where, though?
That I have no idea, darling. Nobody I know who took up the job. Nobody I know would even mess with the Inquisition. It's just a bad idea. Yeah, you drop an inquisitorial agent into the ocean. Oops. Next thing you know, they're crawling around for months trying to figure out what happened. Nobody wants to do business. Nobody wants to ship anything. Everyone wants to be above board. Sure, my normal books start to look fine, but I don't get any good progress. By the way, darling, when are you coming to do a run? I have this wonderful shipment of tapestries that I need to get.
Val, honey, when was the last time anybody saw Vauld?
Oh, is that his name? Oh, darling, I don't know. He disappeared sometime last night.
Well, yeah, I know that part, honey, but I need details, please. Anything. I'll do you a favor.
Perhaps we could both make it worth your while if the
Favor?
information leads us to a successful recovery.
Well, I'm not too worried about this old man going missing, but for a favor, well, I think I have a favor in mind. But all right, darling, give me 24 hours. I'll see what I can find.
Get me it by the morning, Val. It's a big favor.
You're asking a lot, darling. You know how tough it is to get information on some of these people, especially Jim.
I know,
you're
Jim's
good.
a dick, but I need it by the morning, honey. Please.
Fine. But you are gonna owe me so big.
I know, honey. I always owe you. Always.
Where is that tea?
You know what? I'm gonna pass on the tea. Love you, Val. You look dashing. We're gonna head out. Okay?
Oh, fine.
Send your
I see
information
how
to
it
the children, honey. Thanks. Come on, darling. Let's go. Grab Kitty and drag her out before Val can finish speaking.
I'll pull a zero
Don't
and
even
try
get
to
a
pick
hug.
Kamari up before she can run away. And turn to the elf. I'm sorry, you were saying? She's excitable, you know.
Just go. Obviously, you have something important to do. Never mind poor Valley.
Yeah, sorry, Valley. I have something very important to do. And points to Lenny.
Are you sure you're the one going to be the doing, my darling?
Gone for so long, I don't even get a hug. I get a, hey Valley, how you doing? I need your help. I owe you a favor, and then bye.
I gave you a hug, honey.
No, I gave you a hug. There's a difference.
I give Val a hug.
Thank you, darling. Okay, go ahead. Get going. I can get to work.
Is everything still in my pockets?
Do a perception check.
And I as well, since I'm...
Oh no!
Doesn't matter.
Well, just because you didn't see it doesn't mean I can't.
Come on, that 20.
I clearly don't want to be back here. Yay.
And your wish to leave is affecting your perception.
Rev, you notice Val is definitely like sneaking something out of a pocket.
Now. She promised you a favor after, not before.
Just sticks his tongue out at you and puts it back.
That's the good boy.
Val, you know better than to put hands in my pockets. I have to know a couple hands from men whose pockets you want to put your hands in.
Oh, darling, old habits and whatnot. Now, scoot before I demand that you stay for tea.
Hold on,
All right, let's go, Minnie.
by that logic, could he do a sleight of hand on them?
He wasn't actively trying to snag things. He was hoping to get caught.
Oh, okay. Old habit.
Kamari that one, which is an auto fail.
He was just going to steal her little fake wand and see how long her arcane firearm and see how long it took her to notice it was gone.
All
Yeah,
I
do
would
that
end
'cause-
you.
Never trust the GM.
Okay, so I drag Lenny back down the stairs, give a glare to the doorman, and book it out of Smith & Sons.
Let's not rush. We don't want it to seem like we're fleeing this place.
Lenny, I really don't ever want to go back in there.
I know, but there are times when we do what we don't want to because we have to. It never feels good, but we need the information, and if that's the only way to get it, I mean, you see how I'm dressed, right?
Yeah, I think the whole city can see it, honey. All right. Let's go, I guess. Al will get me the information by the morning.
So we will return to where the party waits.
What happened?
Has Kamari reduced in color to a beet red? Or is she still sitting somewhere around fire engine?
No, she's calmed down a bit. Probably more flustered about all of the things than just being Lenny's friend.
Are you okay, Kamari?
Back to the tavern, please. I really, 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 really need a drink.
Absolutely.
One drink.
One really strong drink.
One keg. Got it.
With
No
a
zero.
No,
drink.
Did you find out anything?
No, Val.
Ian,
What?
let's
Well,
get back to the inn, and then we'll talk.
Yes.
Can I see if we're being followed?
Make a perception check.
I
Sure.
would have my eyes around me as well. I see nothing. Zero sees
I'm
nothing.
blind.
Zero's trying to pick Kamari again to carry her out of here.
We're just we're just happy the girls that are safe are back safe.
I'm not.
We should move quickly.
There's a difference between moving quickly and fleeing. let's just try and make it look like we're leaving naturally. We got here, we got what we came for here, and now we go.
I will bring up the rear.
I'll walk with Zero.
Over his shoulder or not this time?
And up you go.
Oh, you know you have to do a please do a boost. I'm not the DM, but please.
I almost clicked animal handling. Oh my god. I'm sorry.
As the party makes their way back to the tavern, I'm assuming you retire to one of the rooms.
I get a whiskey first. A really big pour of whiskey. Like a really, really big pour of whiskey.
Give
Got
her
it,
the
you
whole
have a-
glass.
You're having a pint of whiskey.
Basically.
I'll see if there's like a urchin or anything around that wants to make a little money. Send him off to the halflings to get some comfort food for Kamari.
I still have the care package.
Well, you're able to
I think we
find-
have like 6 care packages left from
yeah.
them.
Yeah, you've got plenty of food from the halflings, but you'd be easily able to find someone to make the run if you really want.
Not Tavo. He's not washing dishes. Not this late.
Have someone make the run. That way we can also apologize for the missed meeting I'm going to have in the morning.
Well, we're not gonna go out alone.
You know what? Maybe don't send someone. I don't want anybody connecting the dots between them and us if something really bad's about to happen.
Fair
Shannon's.
point.
I can't.
You raise a good point.
But at the same token, how many times have you already been there?
Plus, it's not like we're going there to talk to them. We are specifically sending somebody there to get food and come. It's like a dinner order.
Yeah, but
Can we hire someone from the tavern?
You can, though it would seem weird sending somebody to their house to get a dinner order since it is their house, not their place of business.
Yeah.
Well, we
It
write a
might be
note.
best to
We
wait.
wait a note saying what's going on, like
Would they-
the basic gist.
Be open to send for.
no, they work at the college. I used to intern with them. Maybe don't.
And he went missing after leaving the college, if we heard right. Let's not drum more people into this.
Okay, using a care package it is.
It's like,
Excellent.
we have 4 different care packages at this point.
Does one of them have the bitter molasses cookies in it?
I think mine does.
Padre, can I have a couple molasses cookies?
I
I
dig
think
through.
Miro has like just servings of the stew and such that Mayra made.
I dig through it and I find them. Also pointing out a few lemon tarts and giving one to Zero.
Oh no, to Zero, remember. Is there about to be a Vietnam flashback?
Of happiness?
Of the mountains of food.
And dishes.
No.
No, remember. He
Meru.
was there.
What did I
As the
miss?
party kind of retires to one room, what do they discuss?
First of all, is there anybody listening in here?
No, we're gonna go up to one of the private rooms.
Yeah.
Again, is there anybody listening upstairs? Can I check for?
There's going to be a Yogg sitting right outside the door.
So essentially, we rented rooms. So I'm presuming the rooms, if they're all beside each other, we could have it arranged that, one of our empty rooms is on either side of the one that we're in.
Well, Talbo is paranoid.
I was gonna say.
You find a trap.
Hey, wait, what?
The room directly across from the central room has a trap rigged to the door.
What type? Wait, do I know anything? Guys? There's a trap there.
Someone trapped.
What type of danger is it?
Say that again?
The danger. Oh, no, I don't. Yeah, I do learn.
Fairly dangerous. Whatever it is, it's rigged to, if you open the door, something will happen.
Out of a building standpoint, where is this door?
Directly across from the room you're all standing in front of.
So whose room was it supposed to be?
You have no idea.
Okay, no. I don't know because it was
We
supposed
were
to be...
all on the second floor, that's why I'm confused.
Yeah,
I don't
it's on
think
the second floor,
bedroom.
right?
On the
Can I
second
attempt
floor,
to disable this trap?
you guys are on one side of the hallway. There's a few rooms on the other side. The room that's
Oh.
directly across from you has a trap rigged to the door.
But that doesn't mean that there's anybody there that would necessarily be listening.
I more meant checking for magical ways to listen in. But okay.
No one here has a way to prevent that, to be honest. Scrying tends to be invisible and cannot be seen.
All right, well then we go screw.
What about
Let's do
check
it.
what about check magic?
Detect magic, well, yes, it would spot it. There's nothing you can do to prevent it. It's an intangible object. It basically creates a eye that you can pass through that's invisible that can walk through walls. Scrying is not fun to deal with in D&D.
I'm gonna do that.
You detect magic, Tavo.
Where and what type?
Charm magic, and it's coming from a room down the hall.
On which side? Our side or not our side?
The other side.
Not a door we should be kicking in.
No, let
You just see like the outline of some candles glowing through the wall.
All right, so there's, but nothing.
That is really weird considering we bought like all the rooms up there, so it's like, where are these new
There's-
rooms coming from?
All that were rented out. You guys got all that was left.
There is a 10-room suite.
So out of the remaining few rooms, there's glowing candles of charm, a
And a
trap
trap.
that you don't want to touch.
Hey, let's go talk about this, I guess.
That trap gave me a really creepy image. Darn you, Fallen. I didn't
Okay,
think Spots and
so
Stripes
let's-
would be here.
We've got 4 rooms. Let's take one of our rooms that's as far away from that occupied room, but leaving an empty room on either side of the one that we're in, because we know that those rooms are empty, thus making it a little less likely that we'll be overheard. Not that we're discussing anything sensitive right now anyway.
I think that means Zero's room.
With a Yogg outside the door.
Are we being
As
for
the party
invitation?
goes into the room,
Okay. So once we've settled in, everybody has their drink. I'm changed into less provocative clothing, much to Kamari's enjoyment, I'm sure. And so we weren't able to find out any information during our meeting with Kamari's contact, but we were able to request that they look into it and get back to us by morning.
You were able to find out one piece of information.
He's still in the city. Somewhere.
And that whoever took him intends to keep him.
Did you find out anything else? Are they going? Are they putting feelers out or anything like that?
Yeah, that'll get me the information by the morning.
We have to go back there tomorrow.
No, he's sending someone here. Don't worry, his people are quiet sometimes.
I take it that you are one of his people, and you are. And as much as I appreciate you, you are far from quiet, my friend.
Agreed.
Thanks.
When the information is delivered, depending on how they choose to deliver it, they are going to be expecting a certain arrangement. So Kamari and I will be sharing a room this evening. Just so the rest of y'all know and can behave accordingly. It was the best thing I could think of as an explanation as to why Kamari didn't go back to work for them when she did.
Maybe less detail, Lenny.
What? I understand what to expect. I wasn't exactly going to say much more than that.
Alright, so for now we have nothing.
We know he's still in the city. And since whoever took him intends to keep him, I'm going to say it's a fair bet he's still alive, though in what condition that is, I have no idea. And that is all we know. And at least that is more information than we had.
Well, then I say we get to bed and
I'm
maybe
gonna
have
stay up for a few minutes.
maybe
That's
have
amazing.
someone stay up a bit, like have watches.
We'll be good.
I'll join you in a little bit, Lenny.
Alright. I'm going to actually follow Seronis for a minute.
I sit next to Kamari.
Following Soronis, she walks into his room to see his bed literally covered in his gear and the project he's working on.
So who's still in my room?
Mari.
I think that might be Kamari, Tavo, Meru, and yourself.
Okay. I'm good. No dice for me.
What are we rolling?
Maybe
You should
wants to play a dice.
What type of dice game?
I think you missed earlier when I pulled that out then.
Oh, I know. Oh. So you know it's in Dungeons and Dragons. Can it be like
Gameception.
cubicles and I don't know.
Cubicles and printers.
Well, no, just get the feeling Mirror was hoping to do a game of stripped dice before bed.
That would have been funny, but no. I'm pretty sure people would not have fun playing against Meru and Dice at that point, Fallen.
Meru loses one, he loses everything.
Oh,
it's either
no,
going- losing every hand, or
it's
Meru.
the fact it's an actual skill Meru has.
Yeah,
How do you
Meru was actually trained in Dice.
yeah.
Can I have a sip of that?
Go for it.
Yeah, you win.
I take a swig and hand her back the.
I just imagined the Tavo and Meru suddenly start playing the dice game from Pirates Caribbean.
Flyers dice, I think.
All right.
Yes, that is the name of the game.
Yay.
Zero. Do you want to bunk together and we each take a watch? Just keep an ear out in case something happens.
I don't think you need to, Tavo.
What?
I don't think you need to. It's a pretty crowded building.
Yeah, and the city's pretty crowded. Look what happened.
You should probably get some sleep. Unless you think someone's gonna drag you out a window. And in that
It's
armor,
not me.
okay,
It's not me that I'm worried about.
I'm fine. I'll be sleeping with Lenny. I mean, next to
All right,
Nothing.
you don't have to. You don't have to put on airs with us. You know that.
you should get some sleep, Padre.
I go in for just like a reassuring hug on Kamari.
You should get some sleep in your room,
I
Padre.
know.
Or better yet, go bunk with Roni.
Yeah, I feel like one of us isn't gonna be alive in the morning if that happens.
He's really not that much of a jerk, I promise. He's
Let me know
just-
let me know when he's not that much of a jerk. I love to see it.
The first 19 years we lived together, he's just going through some stuff.
I know he is. Which is why I don't hold it personal. But I'm serious, I'm gonna wake up in like 4 hours.
Go get some
And
sleep.
And I go out and I go into like the room right next door. And like bed down against the wall.
I know that we agreed not to ask each other anything, but I do kind of want to see this work. I know I got to see Grav use it earlier, but Ask me
No.
something.
Okay. What's your favorite memory from when you were a kid?
Oh, let's see. Well, my friends, air quotes friends, were very competitive. I wasn't so much, but I still liked racing up and down the mountain with them.
I'll be right back.
That was some good memories. Favorite.
What color is the candle turn?
Green.
Okay, well, 1 for 1 then. And I grab the lantern from Zero's hands and plop it in my lap, still holding it. Fair's fair.
I just smile, leaning close. Are you okay?
I'm fine.
And the color?
What was your answer, Kamari?
I'm fine.
Red light, pop.
Well, I guess that's not going to work much anymore, is it?
Honestly, it never really did, but I let you have your space. I put my arm around her. If there's anything ever going on, we're here. I'm here. You can always talk to one of us. We will listen.
Thanks, big man. I appreciate that.
Anytime. Now, truth or dare? Mayra, come here.
And as that happens, we cut over to the room with Saronis and Ravelin.
Pretty much in time to have Ravlin leave Saronis to whatever it is that he's going to be doing for the night, and returning to the room with everyone else. Some things stay behind closed doors.
What was that last part?
Some things stay behind closed doors.
Oh my.
We had all of, 2 minutes, Tavo. I really don't think Saronis is that quick.
Pretty sure both of them would be disappointed.
Just a quick interjection. I actually had a friend that did that. He went into the bathroom. His girlfriend followed him 30 seconds later, and then they both come out a minute later. But anyway,
Well then.
It can happen, doesn't mean it should.
I'm going to assume whatever it was didn't get that far.
No.
You would be.
All right, May, you bedding down with Big Man tonight? Don't worry, May. It was a light game of truth or dare. Nothing crazy. Well, I mean, although whether or not Lenny's involved.
As the night wears on, the party will kind of separate off to their different rooms. I'm assuming Meru, Zero, and Tavo are all in one room.
We have 4 rooms.
Which means
what-
if Meru and Zero are together and I'm with Kamari, then Tavo and Saronis can each have a room.
Alright, we'll go with that then.
Tavo's in the room right next to y'all.
Night goes by without any real occurrences. Whoever's on watch, you would kind of be hanging out sort of in front of your door, just kind of maybe sitting at the end of the hall next to that window. And you would see a gentleman.
Sonis would have taken first.
Yeah, right around, I want to say midnight, you'd see a gentleman walking up with a young lady to the room with the magic candles. And soon it would not be so quiet anymore.
Oh, I feel like I'm in college.
Tavo wakes up and walks out. What's that noise?
You've experienced it, Tavo. Go back to bed.
It wasn't that loud.
Wow.
Just before dawn, the room with the trap would open. And a very paranoid looking gnome would just kind of skitter out and down the tavern steps before heading out the front door, leaving the door to the room open.
At which point, I would say that I would have released Saronis. And,
The door was open. Does anyone actually want to check the trap to see what he done to it?
can I do a perception check?
You can. But essentially, you just see him. He's got a backpack, dark cloak, dark clothes.
Well, no, a perception check on the trap.
Oh, there's no sign of a trap when you look inside the room. Keep in mind, he came out of the trapped room.
Yeah, I just didn't. He came out the way you described him coming out in a hurry. I figured he might have left the trap behind on the door, considering he left it open. Would have been funny.
The only thing else you really notice is that
Wrong click. Sorry.
No worries. It's the only thing you really notice is a. Oh well. You find evidence that essentially leads you to believe he rigged up the crossbow onto a tripod and had it aimed at the door in case somebody tried to get into his room.
The old shotgun trap. Okay.
Just add that in the notes of the artificer when she's not looking.
I have flaming flamingos.
Yes. Set a force ballista up for when someone opens the door one night.
I have
Well,
flaming.
she can only last an hour or so.
Alrighty. Sun comes up and I just lightly knock on people's. I go no, before I knock. Before I knock, I go down and I get big, and I get like a huge thing of coffee, I talk to. What?
Fallen. Would I have gone down before this?
Well, he relieved you from your watch. So if you were taking first watch, he would have relieved you.
Yes.
You would probably come out just as he's going down to get coffee.
Okay.
Yeah. And I go down and I get and I see if I can get like a keg of coffee.
Well, you don't get a keg, but he gives you a full, large pot. And just as you're getting that, a guy walks in. Looks like your typical country bumpkin. Open vest, no shirt, sort of knee-length trousers, sandals, and a straw hat. As he walks in, he just sort of goes, "Kaibal? Looking for a Kaibal?"
What do you need her for? What do you need him for?
At this point, Saronis had hit the bottom of the stairs and kind of taken notice.
He kind of reaches into his pack, pulls out a small parcel. "Delivery for Kaibal?"
Yeah, he's
I'm a
right over
Kaibal.
there.
Did
You seem to lack
Tavo completely? Did Tavo completely forget the chat last night? Just gonna point that out.
He may or may not have. Yes.
And the female Kaibal who is waiting on a delivery from some shady people.
That was discussed last night.
Yeah.
You kind of look at Sir Otis and goes, "Well, good sir, I'm afraid you lack the proper plumbing to be the recipient of this particular package."
Okay, well, she's upstairs sleeping, so if you want to risk the wrath of all that's holy, have at it.
He just saunters on by you.
I follow with the coffee and all the mugs. Like,
And I go to talk to the tavern keeper.
and I'm like, "Listen, buddy, listen. I understand that you want to have business with her, but trust me."
Is the one with Meru and Zero. He just sort of.
Can I please-
He'll just sort of.
I'm sorry. Repeat that, Fallen.
He does a
He
secret
walks up
knock.
and he just knocks on the door.
What
Do
is
I
it?
hear it?
Like, "Hey, buddy, listen. Trust me. You wanted.
Do I
you-
hear it?
Tavo, stop.
It is the door. It is next door. So no, you
I
don't hear
poke my
it.
head out the door. Oh, is that from Val?
Ah, there you are.
Hey,
Walks up.
handsome. Oh, he
You
knows
know
my
this-
favorite sweets.
This is one of his runners. You don't remember his name, but he always kind of gave you weird vibes, as if he was always, well, paying close attention as you left.
He knew my favorite sweets. Thanks, hun. Okay, bye. I take the package and close the door.
To further the ruse as the door's closing, I'll call it, "Oh, Kamari, honey, come back to bed."
He is definitely trying to look around Kamari into the room as it shuts.
Okay, thanks, bye. And I shut the door directly in his face.
And I knock
That's why I'll
on
just leave that.
Cyril's door loud enough so that they could hear me. "Morning coffee from the tavern."
Guy just kind of looks around, like, snaps his fingers, wanders back out of the tavern.
Why did he
Some-
snap his fingers?
He wanted to see.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think he felt like he missed out on a view.
I pop my head back out the door. Tavo! What?
Hey, what's
Bring the
going on?
coffee.
Sometimes I genuinely wonder about you, Padre. Alright, I should probably open this
Want some
in the
coffee?
room. I'm downstairs for coffee in a second.
I just pour a mug and just give it to her, and I open up Zero's door and I just leave steam cup of coffee on the desk.
Oh no.
Ow.
Did he walk into the room with Rab and Kamar?
No, he just said he walked into a room with Mayra and Zero.
To be
He walks
fair,
in with
hold
a
on. To be fair, I was
naked
there
Zero.
first.
He walks into the room with a naked Zero, and Mayra was kind of sitting on the bed in a see-through nightshirt.
Well then,
Right,
Lavender
Red
colored.
looks like he slammed into the floor a few different times trying to find his clothes.
What do you want?
coffee, and I held out the I held out the big jug and steaming hot cup.
And I just point to my whole self. Really? Right now? I'll be down in a minute.
Want me to leave it outside, or?
No. I'll be down in a minute.
Oh, okay, sorry. I take the big mug down and I just like sit next to Saronis and I order some breakfast.
Thronis isn't sitting.
You just
Well, I meander next to Saronis wherever even if he's on.
You
the
are not
side.
where Thronis is.
in the main room
Huh?
of the tavern. You don't see Soros in the main room of the tavern, but you do find your table, the one that you guys have sort of ironically made yours by sitting at it so often. Meanwhile, Kamari, inside the parcel, which is surprisingly heavy, you find a couple of things. The first is a letter with some instructions. The instructions simply read 3 days shipment. Tell you where when you get here. Don't worry, it's an easy gig.
There's no such thing as easy gigs with him. What's next?
You find another envelope saying, or with a letter that says, nobody knows where he is. He's not being held by any of the guilds, and none of the guilds know who pulled the job. However, they were able to find something.
Does it say what the something is?
No, but you can assume what it is as you kind of look at the last object in the parcel.
What is it?
Vauld's hammer.
Oh, that's not good.
That is bad.
Did I have time to make that thing last night, Fallen?
Which one?
My bag of holding?
Yes.
That immediately goes in it. Lenny, do not tell Tavo.
Why?
He's gonna cry. Like
And
every-
this
Like a
would
tear.
be- I don't see how this would be any different from any other circumstance. But okay, we will not tell Tavo that we have that. We can tell Tavo that the weapon was found, perhaps.
He's gonna lose it, Lenny.
I think he already has as soon as he was informed that Vauld went missing.
Yeah, but he doesn't
What
go
about-
hugging you when he's upset.
What do you expect that he'd do with this information?
I don't know. Go run off by himself like I would. I mean, no, I
Fair
wouldn't.
assessment.
Yeah, I could actually see that, actually. Okay, good point.
To be fair, I'd probably be dragging everyone along with me.
This
sure,
vault noises intensifies.
Okay, so he's in the city, none of the guilds know where, apparently, and none of them claim to have been the one to do the job. Where does that leave? Did we miss something in the sewer? It wouldn't be that big. Or, no. What about the sewers here? Because under here is different from what was down in Sandwall. There's like 3 days in between.
Wait. The college knew about the poo water. They knew about it. Does that mean the Inquisition knew too?
Not necessarily, because, I mean, if I know something and I don't tell anybody, then it doesn't matter that I'm associated with them. If they don't know because they didn't get told.
Well, Susanna went down to investigate, and there was a note from the Durn Sanitation Department. And I don't know.
The further up
Maybe-
the chain you go, the less likely it is that they've read every single solitary detail. So the sanitation department reports to whoever they report to, but there's no obligation for that report to go any higher. So if sanitation reports to the college, and the college doesn't want anyone finding out that they've been dumping essentially toxic waste without dealing with the situation, then
Yeah,
bury it.
No, but Lenny, I remember someone knew about it. That what could happen if it gets concentrated.
So you're saying that this is someone within the college, potentially? Or someone affiliated with the college that found out and decided to capitalize on reckless behavior?
I mean, maybe. There's a lot of smart people there. Jack wasn't smart enough to figure that out on his own. His math was... He didn't even have math. What am I talking about? He was not smart enough to do his
Another
own.
option that we have.
What's that?
That it has nothing to do with our enemies and nothing to do with the college. There's a third option.
What's that?
The Inquisition.
Well, they're not a guild. Well, not by Val's standards, at least.
If Father Vauld stumbled onto something that someone didn't want him to know or was otherwise trying to hide, I mean, how far would you go, Kamari, to keep your secrets?
Pretty far,
Exactly.
apparently. Alright, this is hurting my head. I really need coffee.
Alright. Tavo's got some next door, and I have a
Tavo's
feeling we're going to want
downstairs.
to talk to you guys. I know you delivered some next door.
Actually, I didn't. He yelled at me and kicked me out.
He tried to.
Well, they might have heard me yelling.
But I also heard him yelling about coffee first, so I'm yeah,
There's
right.
coffee. Get out. Like coffee. I said out.
Essentially,
Let's go track down some caffeinated beverages. You know, there is this stuff I used to get all the time. It used to help me stay up all night. It's called Blue Ox. It's amazing.
Colin, did I have any difference to my dream last night?
Last night was the dream I described to you earlier.
Okay. Kamari,
Mm-hmm.
after you've gotten coffee and can think a little more clearly, Do you know anything about dream interpretation?
No, I really didn't pay attention in the divination classes, like, at all.
Okay.
I might know somebody.
Vauld told me to record my dreams, and last night I've had the first different dream since I started being plagued by them. I don't know if it's connected, but I also don't know how to interpret any of this.
I might know somebody.
Okay, let's go get you coffee first.
Yeah.
And yes, we'll stop at Zero and Meru's door on the way down. You know, up and at 'em, time for coffee and breakfast. We got shit to do.
So you're not peeking in. Wise.
Well, if you don't get up, then yes.
Kamari pokes her head in the door, sees what's happening, blushes, shuts the door. They're not ready yet. We should probably go get coffee. She is fluorescent pink.
Oh, she just seen. What was the last thing you said, hun? I totally missed it for some reason.
Fluorescent pink blush. Like neon.
What did she say? See before that? That's what I.
Zero and Meru, not ready yet.
That's what I thought.
Alright, time to get dressed. Come on. Let's join the others and get some coffee.
Downstairs, I'm like, hey, where's that cat that was just here? You want to take a quick break?
Who are you asking?
I'm asking the bartender.
He just points towards the kitchen.
Thank you. I go and investigate.
I slipped the tavern keeper an extra gold so no one could get into the kitchen while I was in.
Yeah, he just sort of tells you to. He'll be on in a minute.
You let him in the kitchen.
The rest of us can distract Tavo by coming downstairs and snagging him for a breakfast meeting.
Kamari, how good of a cook is your brother?
Roni can't cook? What are you, nuts?
He's in the kitchen now. And the bartender won't let me in.
Well,
I'm worried about the place being burnt down.
I'd be less likely about it burning down and more like blowing up, but that's okay. I'm sure it'll be fine.
You're right. Your brother does seem a bit combustible.
I swear, Padre, he's really not a bad guy. He just...
I'm just saying that wherever he goes, stuff blows up.
Yeah,
Either wherever
that's
both
okay.
Now, this coffee is here.
Yeah, Padre, things blowing up is kind of a Kybal thing. Well, it's more of a Kybal twins thing. My siblings are not nearly as cool as we are. But, just...
Wait, you have siblings?
Why? Yeah, we're the middle two. I've got two older and a baby sister.
Huh.
But
I
anyway,
knew that.
just try not to get up his butt so much, like, right when he goes to do something. Maybe just, like, give him a minute and just, like, be calm and just be like, hey, Saronis, how are you? Like,
I've tried, and he tried to shoot me.
well, I mean, we did sleep together the night before, so there's that too. But
That's between the. But that's between you and me, not him.
Well, okay, so just try to be a little bit more, like, calm with him.
He pushed
Like-
me into poo water. That's something
Well,
I'm
yeah,
not.
I mean-
That's something I'm not readily. I'm not gonna readily forgive.
No, I don't expect that. I'm just saying, if you want to not have him be a grouchy butt face like he usually is, just be calm. Let him come to you. It's
Fine.
like that thing.
What did he get in the package?
We should probably have everybody here for that one.
Fine. Let's. Hey, Saronis, can we heat up some sweets in there?
At that point, Soronus would step out with a full tray of breakfast for everybody.
Roni, when did you learn to cook?
And Kamari would recognize it as something our mother used to make for us.
this-
I'm sorry, I couldn't help. He brings out food. Meru has to critique it.
Oh, Meru picks up stuff apart. Wait, what's your cooking ability?
I have expertise in cooking because of monk plus background.
You rolled a 29.
That was one from a nat 20, by the way.
You can roll a 30?
Be right back. Let's go ahead and take our quick bathroom break.
Yep.
Okay.
Give me a second. I'll get us out.
Be right back.
And we are muted to stream, and I will be right back myself. As am I. Well, let me just run a quick commercial break. Something I should have been doing beforehand. It gives us 3 minutes. Oof. Tava. You know what? Tavo as a trained medic really isn't shocked either. He just takes it in stride. Like, okay. What did I do now? I don't have the ability to. But then you're not. Then I'm not setting myself on fire. You're setting myself. You're setting me on fire. it, it is not the hero the city needs. I need to have. I wish. Is there a spell that can? Is there a levitation spell? Yeah, excellent. I need to learn that. I mean, but I mean, so we can. He, 9-foot Goliath, going up 5 feet and pewing from his hands. I'll be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen. The music is from Tabletop Audio. We are using a Roll20. The voice is Discord. Yeah. We may or may not be trying to turn you into Iron Man. I think we're down a Canadian. Also, Russ, did you ever get that message in your horse? Okay. Saddlebag. Nope. Okay, just wondering. We roll for initiative. John. I see the one that you just. Hold on. Before we get in, I found the one that Fawn was talking about. Wait, what? Alrighty, are we ready to go? Fallen, are we ready to go? Or are we waiting on Alrighty. And now we go back to Fallen. Actually, no, to Saronis.
Sonis would put breakfast on the table in front of everybody. It seems relatively simple. Think similar to something like a crepe, with the fruit and everything. A little bit of what seems like pretty fresh meat.
Roni, how much trouble are you in?
What do you mean?
Number one,
And
you don't cook. Number two, you don't cook mom's favorite. Number three, you don't cook my favorite unless you're in trouble. What did you do?
he would just sit down next to Evelyn at his own plate, maybe trying to patch old bridges.
Let me add another one in there. You've cooked in front of Meru.
Kamari grabs whatever plate is closest and starts wolfing down the food.
Upon seeing Kamari, I started eating. I'm like, so what is this called?
Mom never really had
Breakfast.
name for it. It was
Really
just something
good.
special to make.
Hey, wait,
Meru.
this is a special mom's dish, and you decided to share with us? Saronis, I'm speechless. Thank you.
Yeah, Mama really only made it on her birthday, but
Kamari, don't talk with the mouth full.
alright.
And you're saying, Fallen?
Does Meru start eating?
Yes. I went ahead and rolled the cooking earlier when I started. Mostly because we had taken a break right then.
You notice something immediately. There's an ingredient in this that he didn't mention.
Does it taste different than when Mama made it?
Would just stop and glare.
Upon seeing,
It tastes no different, though. I believe so. Saronis, who's making the con save?
Technically everyone except me.
Oh, that's a check.
I technically did not start eating, but I will.
Dirty 20.
One of
Oh,
my
yes.
worst saves.
Oh.
0.
Oh.
Again with the failing your con save.
And suddenly, horns, and suddenly in front of Zero,
Halfway
horns.
through the dish, Kamari and Zero, both of you take a single point of fire damage as your mouth is literally on fire.
A bit spicy. Why you put it on it?
Wait, I
For
thought it
everyone
was
who
figuratively on fire.
Congratulations. You have advantage on all con saves for the rest of the day.
And Meru just stopped, stared, and like, why?
And upon seeing the very red face of his sister, and somehow seeing a gray-faced Goliath turn red, would almost fall out of his seat laughing.
Saronis, Taryn,
Meru
Kaiba.
doesn't like spicy food.
Hey,
Yes.
barkeep, we need some milk over here.
There's an item in this meal known as a kelp pepper.
Wait, known as a what?
Keld pepper. Picture the D&D equivalent of a ghost pepper.
I was just about to say some expletives. Oh,
Mother truckers!
I love having high cooking.
Mari, you don't.
I launch myself over the table at Saronis and tackle him, but just barely manage to get my claws into his fuzzy little face.
I'm still just laughing my butt off.
I calmly just push the food
Mari,
away and
Be careful. We don't want to end up paying for damages.
leave the inn.
After tackling her brother, Kamari immediately busts out laughing. I'm so glad you're back, brother.
Afterwards, Saronis will kind of signal the barkeep to bring out the actual food.
I mean, this is actually pretty good, Saronis. I like spicy food. Thank you.
That is a good prank. It's like, takes bite. Wait, no, put fork down. No more.
But Tavo, with that
no.
20, just keeps on eating.
Poor Tavo.
Maybe
It's not the going
properly
down that's bad,
supposed
Tavo. It's the coming out.
but
do
made
not envy you.
properly for those who, well, couldn't take the heat. It's actually a bit sweeter.
So, as Zero stands outside dunking his head in the horse trough, what is he doing?
I calmly get back into my chair and wait for Zero.
I'm cursing. Just shouting out loud, cursing.
You want milk, Zero, not water.
There's no milk at hand. I needed something quickly. So I'll come back inside.
Oh, come here, buddy. Hold on.
Hey, barkeep, can we have like a flagon of milk?
Saronis looks like he feels kind of bad at Zero's predicament, but kind of looks around to the rest of the party to see how spirits are in wake of this situation.
You.
I expected you
expect
to
something in the
drug
near
us.
future.
Did not expect that.
What was that, Meru?
I expected you to have drugged us, not give us a ghost pepper.
Yeah, it's really hard to notice the ghost peppers because he's got things like cherries and other things in there. So these little sliced red things just hiding under different cherries or other kinds of fruit.
Out of curiosity, what DC did I need to actually catch that though?
Only like a DC 15.
I
It's
almost
okay.
got
It was
that
only
on
a DC,
ballpark.
it was a DC 12 to not fail and take the point of fire damage.
Oh no.
Kamari is
It was so
laughing her
close.
swalies off.
Kamori was so close to passing.
Yes, and she is laughing her chihuahuas off because that is a great prank. And she finally has her brother back.
I'm just going to do a test roll. How bad would this have been for me? Yeah, that would have been bad.
Eventually, the pain goes away, and as the party enjoys the rest of the actual meal, what do they do?
Well, I will fill in the party to let them know that the parcel we received was the answer to our visit yesterday. No one is taking credit for the kidnap.
Of course they're not taking credit. If they take credit, that will have the entire Inquisition on their head.
But to the point, like, no one knows who did this. None of the guilds know. None of the guilds are saying that it was one of theirs. Like, but as far as we know, he's still in the city.
That was a pretty big package for just 2 letters. For just a letter. What else was in it?
Just some sweets, Tavo. Val knows I don't like them. It was the only way to guarantee that the package would go to me.
What do you mean you don't like sweets? I saw how you were at Millie's house.
I really.
I think that's why she don't like sweets.
Again, the size of the parcel was. Again, it was to help it avoid suspicion in regards to the delivery. So there's a few options that Kamari and I discussed when we were initially looking at this. One, that the people who were behind Jack are responsible for this. The other is that, again, the information we found in the sewer implied that the college knew about the issue with the water and that it could be exploited, but then no one seemed to do anything about it. So it could be that there's someone at the college involved who had specifically wanted to experiment with the water or to have this kind of experimenting happen. Or, and as much as it truly galls me to say this, the other option is that it was an inside job.
And you say inside job. Are you talking about... You're not
Yes,
talking about...
The Order could have betrayed us. It's always a possibility. After all, this is an outpost.
Specialist in certain areas, Tavo. I've not had the luxury of not knowing what can often happen behind the scenes. Because, as I'm sure you know, even though I've never done it, there are more political uses for a knife than just buttering your bread.
Yeah, but the Inquisition's supposed to be about politics.
We work as a police force with power. Power can corrupt, Tavo. Keep that in mind. But
Yes,
it would explain why you get so close to someone like Vauld in the first place, because at that point, he's not going to expect it from you. But he also did leave the college, which means it could be the two working together as well, which is a fourth option.
If we want to go to the college, Lenny, I know you wanted to talk to someone about the whole like dream thingy. So
Yeah, that's the other thing.
Dreams?
And speaking with Vauld, during our meeting with Vauld, I brought it up about how during my periods of inactivity, which is as near as I get to sleep, I have been having what are effectively visions. And because I'm not sleeping, they're not dreams. But that's, again, they feel like memories, but they're not my memories.
yeah, Gibby would totes be able to help you, but we might need to make a quick stop first. He has some favorite
Well,
vices.
let's see if anyone here can offer any insight. Before, when we were just dealing with the goblins and whatnot, I had reoccurring memories of that bloody hand. But just after the meeting with Vauld, and again last night, I've had a vision of how to explain. There are these shadow figures that are either rising from or walking out of these tombs.
You're talking about
The-
undead?
I don't know. Again, they're shadows to what I see. They could be men, they could be spirits, they could be like, I don't know. They're shadows in the form of men.
Anything
Figures.
walking out of a tomb and I let the sentence trail off, but it's very obvious that my fist
Again.
are clenched.
You can go to a tomb to visit it and then walk out of a tomb. And
You going into a tomb to be its keeper and walking out would have the same thing, but I have a proposition. Do you think the library here might have any information on the hand? Because there is a massive college here.
Oh, I can totes get us into the library.
If
I spent
we
a
can
ton of time there. I mean,
possibly
we didn't-
find a connection, that could help us out. Because
I know.
this thing leaving a tomb, technically Vauld himself is a grave cleric.
all I know is I feel dread more and more as each one leaves that tomb. It's like those tombs were holding it or holding something back, like a prison almost. But that doesn't make any it doesn't make any sense.
There's a lot of things that look at the world, for instance. It's older than us.
But
Sorry.
Again,
Nothing
that's
As I
all
was
that
trying to say, Bert.
see. I don't know if it's related, but all I know is that this is the first time the vision memories have changed, and I find it oddly coincidental that it changed the moment I start talking about my dreams to somebody.
Well, you specifically talked to Vauld, correct? He went missing that same night. He was also interested in your visions as well as the hand, the writing, and all of this.
hey, Kamari,
Yeah.
how far is the cemetery from the college?
Voice in the back of my head. How far is the cemetery from the college?
Really quick, if I was trying to
It's on
say
the other
before
side of town.
my roommate interrupted me.
45-minute warning.
Let me finish this. My roommate interrupted me by taking trash out. It kind of hit me in the back of the head while I was talking, so I apologize for the noise. But
Other side of town? Okay.
if something is leaving a tomb, look at the world, for instance. This world is thousands of years old. We have no idea what could be locked away in any ancient tomb from a civilization past. This writing is ancient. The markings that he was interested in, the hand, it seems ancient from what we found out.
Yeah, in my original memory, there was more of that language. I don't think there was any of it in the current one. But again, that original memory, I saw it like over and over, and this one I've only seen it twice, so I haven't memorized the details yet. If anything changes, I can let you guys know. Again, because it feels like a memory, I like.
You could be getting memories of ancestors, potentially. Okay, if it's ancient, we all have a lineage.
You be it adopted or inherited. I don't know.
But they also mentioned that Vauld's team wasn't supposed to arrive till today, so
We could always wait for them to arrive and compare notes.
But
it's
with the
safer.
missing
But if they had
person,
already,
every-
Vauld's team will want to know what happened.
And so what are we supposed to do? Twiddle our thumbs while we wait for them?
We can
And-
leave word at the Inquisition that they can find us at the college library, and
And what if what you say is true? What if the Inquisition here has been infiltrated by turncloaks? Will that not do anything else but put them in danger?
That would depend on ranking. Yes, normally a high ranking person would be required to cause that kind of scene, but just knowing someone's schedule could be a problem at that point, Talo. So, for instance, someone as weak as us could be a turncoat, but at the same time, the leader of this place could be a turncoat.
everyone has their motivations for everything, and we all know that we can all change. Things happen. it could also be that they were forced to do it. We really don't have enough information to tell.
The
But
best
those are
chance
the
instead
two
of just
likely scenarios are the
instead
people
of
behind Jack, the college, or the Inquisition. Because those are the only three factions we're aware of that are in play.
instead of just twiddling our thumbs, what don't you two need to go check for more information from them?
No. Val did his job. I should probably check in at some point. He has a task for me.
Since
Are
I
you
was there
going-
for the meeting, Kamaria, I can help you with that.
No, Lenny, it's fine. I'm used
Now,
to
this
this.
might seem stupid.
Sorry. We don't go anywhere alone.
Yeah, we don't go anywhere alone. Another
Alone?
problem is all of us going with you leaves a massive opening in our situation.
Yeah, but I also need to be able to get you into the library. Me and the head librarian are like totes biffs.
We could do that after. I'm more concerned about us missing Vauld's children arriving.
So let's pack up and head out. Get this done.
Where to first?
Sarah, you used to be a town guard, right?
What was that?
You used to be a town guard, right?
My village? Why?
I think I have a way we can do both at once without really splitting the party.
What do you mean? What do you have in mind?
If we swing by the main place where people come into the city, we can have Zeros talk to some of the guards there and have him station up potentially, which he wouldn't be alone. While the rest of us wait in the alleyway for you.
On the opposite side of the city, though.
Wouldn't really take much, plus it is morning.
And we also have horses.
I really don't like having you guys around Val. He's
We won't be
seems
around.
sweet.
We wouldn't be around him. What I was saying is just like yesterday, we wait in the alleyway. But before we head that way, we take Zero over to the main entrance, see if he can catch up with Vault's children, and potentially lead them back here.
I'm not
There
throwing
is
this.
one place you might be able to meet up with Vault's children fairly easily.
What did you say? I didn't hear the first part.
The first place they would likely go is the Church of Kellamvor.
Could just leave Tavo there to wait on them.
That means me. I go in and get
Look,
my.
it
best
is an
specimen.
entire another team. There's no way some random
If
idiots are
someone,
going to get through everyone.
if someone could capture. No, we're not gonna do that again. Not the last time again. We'll go. They'll check in with the temple first.
It may be best for you to stay at the temple, and if they arrive, escort them to here, because so far, if anyone's coming in here, we know the entrances and we know the exits.
If we agree
You're
to meet
also
back
a
here.
healer. There's still 3 people who can heal everyone else if things go wrong with their deal.
I'm just saying. I'm fine with this. We all take a stroll down to the temple. I'll go get changed into my best vestments. And
I don't think you need your best vestments.
go to the
Remember,
temple.
your best vestments, I think you might want to be wearing when we
CYA
find
Tavo.
Vault.
Keep your armor on.
When we find Vauld and we attend a nice wedding, then you might be able to put your best vestments on. Until then, be ready for combat.
Doesn't mean you
Alrighty.
can't polish the armor, but wear your armor.
Yeah, give
That
me.
is true.
Well, then give me about a half hour so I can polish. But
I think it'll take that much to finish up our food.
yeah, and but we agree to meet here at about
The
midday.
moment we're done. Well, most likely be earlier in midday, because it'll be moment we're done, we come back and collect you if you're back. If you're not, we might head over to the college and then come back then.
So if I'm not here, you come over to the temple.
It should be on the way.
We're not doing
Depends
this.
on how the
Well-
city's laid out.
Yeah, we can make the loop. It shouldn't be too much out of the way.
Sorry for seeming paranoid, it's just better safe than sorry. We don't want them
Absolutely.
going missing as well and causing more problems for us. And they can actually be a help if we find who's taken them. That would technically double our numbers.
Plus they're Vault's children. I know, Rav. I know, but still, come on. I've been idolizing them for 20 years. Give me a break.
Well, it's not just that they're Vault's children, but they are his team.
And they're Vault's
And-
children, and
We do lack what they have. There's no
Yes.
one here who just solves everything with violence, which may be required later.
I'm looking forward to that. But anyway,
I'm pretty sure you just described Saronis.
Actually, I was just describing a barbarian. I smack it
I
with a stick
know.
till it dies.
But no, when you say that, I smile at
Cough,
Saronis.
cough.
Oh, and of course, Zero.
Saronis
the
would
Goblin
raise an eye.
Slayer.
Zero is
I thought I-
methodical at his slaughter, okay? He likes doing sweep attacks.
I
That's
thought I blew everything up, Tavo.
You did blow
I'm
everything up.
actually mighty surprised you didn't blow up the kitchen. They were kind of concerned about that, actually.
I mean, your
Yeah,
Kyball,
Gold
there's
star for me.
I blew up the room.
well,
Gold
to-
star for me.
I mean, to be fair, Saronis, your Kyball, there's fire. 2 + 2.
Okay, can we please just get this over with? I hate
Alright.
dealing with Val.
All right, if you excuse me, I'll be back in a half hour.
As you might just want to take a deep breath. Like, I've seen some shady people in my time that I don't like dealing with, but can't
Okay.
be as bad as I'm used to.
so after Tavo leaves to go polish his armor, I'll turn to Kamari and say, should we tell them?
Also, did that 19? Did I rolled a 19 perception when she said it was just sweets?
We wouldn't have seen anything.
You see and hear exactly what they tell you.
Okay.
There is nothing to actually look at when you roll
Well-
that.
Well, no, I didn't know if there was like any. Oh no, that'd be an insight check, not a perception.
Yep, and you rolled perception, so you saw and heard nothing but what they told.
I just gotta know what.
You messed up.
I did.
I don't know, Lenny. Are you sure?
Are you kidding?
If you had rolled yes, you would have.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
tell us what.
There are some things I don't like keeping secret, and at least we can trust them not to react the way he would.
There was something else in the package, and it wasn't sweets.
Was
Please
it?
tell me it wasn't fingers.
Wasn't fingers.
Oh, thank God.
It was Vault's hammer.
Just mean someone collected it after what happened. I doubt whoever took him would want his hammer.
I don't know. This thing's pretty sweet.
That brings up something, actually. if they didn't want his equipment, they're not looking to ransom him. What would they want him for?
Information, maybe?
That, and whoever done it wasn't skilled enough to cover all their evidence then.
I
Wait,
hate to be that guy, but what if this was actually a trap for the children of Vauld?
can anyone
Then
look
we
at
sprung the
Vauld?
trap and saved them a lot of trouble.
Because we have something of Vauld's. Something very obviously connected to Vauld.
I don't know if anyone here has the proper magic for that, but
I mean,
potentially, if there's anyone at the college we can trust who might have it.
what magic?
Scrying.
Nope, don't have that.
Not scrying specifically. There is a few spells like locate creature, but you need an object kind of thing.
Yeah, scrying is a 5th level spell.
Gibby might know how to find him. Is that right, Colin? Would Gibby know how to find him?
I'm trying to read the actual spell.
You're talking about your.
My stoner? Yeah.
He might know a guy who knows a guy who maybe knows a guy.
Oh, I don't like dealing with might know a guys in Gibby. Do I know someone who would be able to find him?
We just need the locate object or locate creature spell. Either one would work. Object would be easy because we handed him my notes. We could just track
I have
the notes.
locate object.
I did not think of that.
Yeah, locate object is a 2nd level spell.
Divination spell.
Yeah, I don't know it yet, but
I have it. Describe or name an object that is familiar to you. You sense the direction the object, but it's only within 1,000 feet.
That's still a big chunk. It's just
and it's a concentration spell, so you can move.
After 10
Yeah.
minutes, yeah.
it would allow us to get a sense of where he's in the city and what location, but it wouldn't tell us the exact points.
But it's again further confirmation that he's still in the city and in a general area.
So moving along.
We'll use that earth later.
Yeah.
I mean, unless there's lead in between where we are and where he is. That's appears to be the only thing that would block that spell.
And it's specifically a direct path. Meaning as we're moving, the lead has to constantly be blocking us.
Yeah.
That means you would have to be in literally a leg cage. Entirely solid.
And who's got the strength to build that?
Well, even if
Dwarves,
the lead
actually.
was
A
thin
lot of
as sheet
dwarves.
Paper, it would
Yeah.
still block it.
But I doubt they would have done that
If
because,
they didn't take the hammer.
well, that's why they wouldn't have taken a hammer, because you could track it. Everyone knows about Vault's hammer.
But not
Well-
everybody knows about Meru's notes.
Well, moving on.
Assuming that he still has the notes on his person. I mean, if they
Might not
dumped
be
it,
on his person, but if it's not on person, it could be where he was at or where they took him in a general location.
or where they took his stuff after, if they took him to a different location. So it still gives us more clues.
Moving on.
Yes. Yeah.
I made something cool last night. I take Zero's box of cookies and I put it in the bag of holding.
Hey!
Try and get them.
Hey, there's actually a bonus to that, Zero. Don't snap yet. Food can't mold if there's not oxygen. It still goes stale.
Good.
Why are we
Try
just ants?
I'm at the top of this. About a half hour goes by while you guys are still fooling around.
See,
Reach
it
in
can
and
hold
shit.
like a bunch of stuff. You have to think about your cookies, and now grab them.
Reach in, thinking about the cookies now. And
You're getting it confused with a handy haversack. He can get the cookies. It'll just look like he's Mary Poppinsing in the bag.
Yeah, handy haversack, if you think about the item, it's always on top. Bag of holding, the last item you put in is the last item you take out. Generally. Unless you're willing to spend your time to dig for it.
I have a very different understanding of the bag of holding then. My apologies.
Yeah, bag of holding, it's like a big junk drawer.
That can hold 500 pounds of junk.
Mm-hmm. The handy haversack, it's smaller pockets with the added benefit of whatever you want when you think about it is on top of the pile.
Hey guys, you ready to go?
Just a minute, Tavo.
I start walking down. And very nicely shined armor, I must say. Like,
We said polish armor. We didn't expect mirror finish.
Well,
I'm
it's
going-
not so much mirror finish as it is. Well, Tavo, you said you were joining the Knights of More, correct?
Yes, I did.
His armor is, well, it's shiny, but it's pitch black.
good.
Yes.
No wonder he's so stealthy when his armor's cleaned.
Oh.
On that, I just have to.
So, when the party gathers up and heads out, where exactly is everyone going?
To the temple. They drop me off.
Drop off Tavo at the temple, and then Lydia and I.
Pick up the kids at
Back.
pick up the kids at karate.
Yep, pick up the kids at karate. Drop the other one off at soccer. Head down to the South District again.
Commit some
To
crimes.
get a job from Val.
Are you trying to find out more details about the job?
He said he'd tell me where when he saw me.
Yeah, he also told you it was 3 days out.
Never mind then. Let's not do that. I thought I only had 3 days to do it. So I had that backwards. Then we are not going to see Val right now. We'll probably head to the college.
Well, you want to go with me because I have locate object.
No, we're going to drop Tavo off at the temple to intercept Vauld's children. And again, yes, Tavo, they are legends as Vauld's children, but please
Lenny, shush, I know.
don't react to the legend, react to them as people. And then the rest of us will go to the college to...
I would suggest the library first.
Well, isn't the library in the college?
Yeah, it's just go to a library in the college first, then to the Dreamworker.
You know what? When I was
Yeah.
up shining my armor, I remembered something. I have a spell. I know a spell called locate object, and that might be. And Neru, you gave Vauld your notes, didn't you?
A copy of the notes.
That would be best done later when Vault's children are also present.
I know, just an idea.
So, as the party gets to the library, Kamari, give me an investigation or an arcana check.
I do not give a good sermon. Ah!
Does that suffice?
Yeah, Kamari, I think you win.
I told you, I know this library like the back of my hand. So that's new.
Well, it is a library. They're constantly adding new books.
I think she's talking about her hand.
Yeah, I know. I remember that movie.
What movie's that?
Mari just like takes a moment and just closes her eyes real quick and just takes a really, really deep breath of like that library smell with like the old books and the pages. And then really quickly looks around to see if anybody noticed.
Perception checks.
Huh.
I mean, I would sometimes. Bitch. Not even worth it. I spent a lot of time in the library.
Good.
Like a lot of time in the library. There's a certain spot in the back where you can hear everybody else's conversations, but like they can't really hear you, which is super clutch, by the way, especially right around finals when people are talking about the answers to different exams. Just a heads up. Not that I ever use them because like I didn't need it because I'm like super smart because it's like fine, but it's super useful. I've heard some things. Let me tell you. Mara just goes wandering up and down the aisles, just completely forgetting about whatever it is she's supposed to be looking for, and just pulling out different like theory books
Hello,
and
friends.
you know,
I miss
arcane
you.
physics. A couple on cooking. What up, May?
We're here because of Ravelin's memories. As much as I appreciate seeing you pull out a cooking book.
Right. And she just slowly puts that one back on the shelf.
Honestly, I'm a little
Well,
surprised
we're
Meru
also
didn't go
here
for it.
to research that ancient language, see if there's anything else we can find out about it, or that bloody hand symbol. Because again, while my memory recall has changed, that the current memory is not the only one that I've seen.
So, after a couple hours, I do find a book. In it, it describes a war between light and dark, a battle in which darkness won. This darkness went under a banner of a splayed, bloody hand, and was known as the Dismembered Lord. But the reason why he is long forgotten, it is said that he led legions of soldiers, held cohorts of demons in his power, and held terrible war machines that fed on the life's blood of his enemies. But his most terrible servants were the Harbingers. He quotes specifically about the Harbingers is, it's a lot. Please allow me to take a moment and give you the Cliff Notes version.
Wow,
Is
wow,
anything
Fallen.
about what she's saying making any kind of sense to me?
Just wait.
Do you want me to read it?
Go ahead and read the quote verbatim.
It's a lie to call the Harbingers warriors. They transcend war. It is also a lie to call them killers. They go far beyond merely killing their foes. Answering only to the Dismembered Lord, the Harbingers are a holocaust of bloodshed and steel. loosed upon Dragongrin to eviscerate any and all who oppose his will. Toxic, necrotic, holy warriors who worship the primordials of old. The Harbingers are a song of sin cast over any who oppose the holy laws of their unforgiving demigods. Fueled by a hatred for the Titans and their ilk, the Harbingers are natural and mortal enemies of the Titan-empowered Copper Jackals. Covered from head to toe in thick black war paint and riddled with deep, deliberate scars, their unarmored bodies welcome pain. Towering 7 feet tall or more, and possessing the weapons of black steel, the Harbingers are soothsayers of blood, doom, and destruction. They often lead armies full of war makers, the foot soldiers of the Grin, and are said to perfectly mimic any power that an enemy possesses, meaning that the longer you fight a Harbinger, the deadlier it becomes. Blood-soaked tales are all that most know of these dark, cunning creatures, and they are lucky for it. Though the Copper Jackals are a force to be reckoned with, the Harbingers are deadly and otherworldly to a degree that is beyond even their abilities in almost every case. All but the most powerful and elite Jackals are encouraged to do one thing if they encounter a Harbinger. Run. The quote is attributed to Kaminoth, the Arcanic Archivist. Okay, well, like, that's super dark. Great.
Why do I get a bad feeling about this?
Because if this isn't a joke, that means we're looking at a resurgence.
Nay, this thing is older than dirt. I don't think it's a joke.
I'm talking about the current markings we have. If this truly is a proper banner, we're looking at something that could end up in a war. And anyone would do anything to be on the winning side, now wouldn't they?
Yep.
Who all has access to this library? Besides just the college students.
Anyone smooth enough to talk or sneak their way in? Or flash a shiny badge? I don't know.
It's actually open to the public.
It's
I
open
was
to the
actually
public.
curious. Because
Just
I don't even remember us actually covering that in the other campaign either. Was the library even public?
Just kidding. Library's public. But you've got to be like me and know every freaking inch of it in order to find books like this.
Well, that is definitely a dangerous book at this point, but I doubt they're going to hide it from the shelves.
I put it in the bag of holding.
You sure you want to do that? Well, granted, I think you could check it out and just have it go missing.
I put it in the bag of holding.
I vote for blowing it up.
Well, we can't do anything while in the library, and I would suggest checking it out or buying it from them. I'm sure we have enough gold laying around to buy it permanently, just to get it off their hands.
No need. I can just ask really nicely. Me and the head librarian were like this. I told you.
In any case, are you okay, Ravelin?
Ravelin?
Sorry, I was dealing with pre-setting up some of my work computer stuff so that I could stay longer. What was that?
Are you okay?
After the book was finished, Ray kind of looked over you and like, are you okay?
Again, is any of what she was reading, like, does it trigger something? Does it...
Check
or
your
do I-
DMs.
Okay.
Discord DM.
DMs brought to you by the DM. Because Dungeon Master and direct message mean the same thing.
Doom.
Yep.
The more Kamari talks, the paler I get.
Explain why Maker looked up to see if you're okay at the end then.
At least he didn't call her mistress. Again.
Give it time.
So how are we getting this book out of here?
I mean, I could just ask nicely.
We'll let Kamari deal with that.
I just don't want a name trail if somebody wants to find this book for any particular reason.
We'll let Kamari deal with that. At the moment, we have another situation. Ravelin.
Yes.
One sec. Everything that she just described, I've seen it. Like I was there, seeing it.
We're in for a very long ride then.
These shadowed figures just cutting through armies. The terrible reign of magic and just
Shadow figures would most likely translate to harbingers, and after he went missing, you saw them walking out of tombs.
why is this my memory?
Considering this happened eons ago, I'm going to go out on a limb once again and say it's less of your memories and more of your lineage. You might be remembering your ancestors' memories. If not, died at some point there, stayed dead, came back with someone else's memories when someone else died now. You could actually have someone else's soul than your own. That's a complex theory.
Yeah, you're starting to sound like Gibby.
Mara is literally just... I am a wizard without wizard training at this point, aren't I, with my theories?
Yeah, you sound like you've smoked a couple of Gibby's favorite cigarettes, if you catch my drift. May?
May slowly hides box that doesn't exist. Maybe that's something Mayru picks up after talking to Gibby.
Speaking of which, Rav, you still want to go see Gibby, or?
I think we have what we needed to know.
Yeah.
Anyone up for a hard drink tonight?
Yeah. Yeah.
You sure you don't want to?
Well,
We'll
if I go
see.
see Gibby for him to interpret this, that's just
May as well. Plus, we have the book. Gibby can use it to cross-reference to see if rules anything else out, but
We need to do a quick pit stop if we're gonna bribe Gibby.
this is concerning more though.
Well, then we're gonna need to make a pit stop so that I can calm myself down.
Yeah. I might need to talk to Tava on something.
Well, you better hurry up. There's only like 20 minutes left.
More like 10. I still have to set up
Yeah.
my work computer.
Sadly, this is the end of the session, I believe.
You got 10 minutes.
But Meru has things to talk to Tava about when they reconvene at the tavern later. Meru has put on the detective hat.
What? Why don't we just see like? Why don't you see Martin Freeman as Bilbo, playing himself as John Watson now?
I need to get Gandalf's pipe and start smoking what Gibby smokes.
See, that's what you just. That's what. Meru wears a detective hat. Bilbo Watson.
Yes, I think we're going over the Gibby, though, from the seeming of it.
I just need to stop real quick, buy a couple things. Fallen, I'm gonna buy 7 worth of what you told me.
Mm-hmm.
That's 2 gold and a silver, yeah?
Maybe get an extra one, because Rav's gonna need some calming down. She's seriously having, like, panic attack, freaking out, and with Meru positing that, she doesn't have her own soul, it's like someone else's soul, she's having an identity crisis, and
Make that 10.
How about 20?
10 rounds.
Do I hear
How about
30?
20?
Do I hear 30?
Actually, how many party members are with us minus Tava? That's 5, right?
Well,
Yeah.
6.
How
if
about
you
we get a
count-
set for everyone? We not all need this.
considering that Kamari just read out a paragraph about, death, destruction, and effectively the end of the world, and I respond with, yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I buy 10 enjoyments worth. And
We're buying pot,
kindly
aren't we?
thank Gibby.
He also gives you a couple of free baggies of something just for you. Well, you and maybe your brother.
Gibby.
Somebody just got handed catnip.
Thank you. That all goes in the bag of holding.
Mayor does have a point, though, as bad as that sounds.
Wait, will it work on Meru?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh no.
You are missing the very violent fist pumps that are now getting thrown around the room.
I'm pretty sure Mayru has no idea what he's in for.
As Jackie just kind of did this half victory lap in like a 3-foot space that she had.
I have a spell that I'm just gonna say for when this all goes terribly wrong.
Well, in any case, Ravlin, you are who you are, and that's never going to change. But finding out who you are entirely will maybe better you.
Yep, still freaking out.
It's still freaking out, but trying to repair some damage.
So, where does the party go from here?
Well-
Scoop up Bravo and the Vauld's children if he's got them, and back to the cult.
I think it was we were supposed to meet at the cauldron. He was going to escort the children since it's a full team on its own as well.
Well, depending on how long we take here, we could always swing by, see if he's still there, and then go to the inn.
I imagine we would have ended up back at the inn and just been wrapping our heads around everything.
We just go straight back to the inn. They walk in and just see us baked and trying to wrap things around. It's like
A plume of smoke out of my room.
I was gonna say my character would
Tavo's
be
first
into
question
all
was
that.
Tavo finally gets the realization I should never
Yeah.
leave the party alone again.
Tava's first question is Dave here? Please, someone, anyone?
Oh, in case anyone was wondering, Gibby's real name is William Bartholomew Gibbelheim the 14th.
Perfect stoner name, yeah. No, but anyone get the Dave joke?
Isn't that from a show? What was it called?
Cheech and Chong.
Yeah, it's Xinjiang animated movies. Dave's not here, man.
So the question is, do you
like that
meet
little-
with him at the church, or do you wait for him to meet you at the?
Tavern.
They don't want to be bringing that stuff around the church.
Well, just because
Yeah.
it's in the bag of holding doesn't mean we're going to be, enjoying it.
Marching down the,
Let's
down the
go.
streets, puffing.
Well, let's just check on a Tavo first to see if he's
Hey,
there.
it's legal in Dern.
Well, as we reach the end, we will wrap up as the party enters the Church of Kelemvor. They would find Tavo speaking with a few people. And as the party gets closer, they would actually recognize this group.
I wink at the handsome one.
Oh, hey guys. Oh, excuse me. This is my team. I introduce everyone. So
Left to
Kamari,
right,
Kamari, stop.
introduce
Shit.
Stop him.
Tavo. From left to right, you introduce the following. Give me one.
Kamari,
I forgot
stop
last-
smiling like that.
Nishka didn't have a last name. Because I don't think you gave Vauld a last name.
Vault was his last name.
Oh. Nishka Vauld. Wow, that's... No wonder she got married as quickly as she could.
Wow.
I'm sorry, but that's just awkward to say Nishka Vauld. Jeez.
Why do you personally attack me?
I just realized something though, Ravelin.
Mm-hmm.
Compare your art to Nishka's.
What do you mean?
I think we found your pale-headed twin.
Oh.
All right. So from left to right, you have Nishka Vauld, Sven Blackmane, Titus Seraphin, Jarek Lowe. As Tavo goes to introduce him, he corrects him halfway through. Captain Spots and Stripes.
I'm
But you can
sorry.
call him Spot.
I'm sorry, Captain. I completely forgot about your promotion.
Then.
He's the worst
And
pirate I've ever
so-
seen.
At Tidris.
I
I wink at the handsome one.
forgot the halfling had a last name.
He was Sov the Bard at Tidris.
Kamari,
Archidris.
Kamari, stop smiling like that.
I wink at the handsome one.
You probably get a very telling death glare from behind the barbarian's back.
I wink at Nishka.
Tavo sees
Nishka probably has a very confused look on her face.
She's not the only one.
It's like, wait, what?
Yeah, during the introduction, the normally more personable Ravelin would not she'd kind of be pulling a Meru here during his little mental episode where she's still pale, she's not talking, she doesn't. She looks like someone like pulled the rug out from under her and then killed her puppy or something. Like it is like not right standing there.
Well, it is 11:50.
Ravelin, give me a quick perception check.
Okay. Just stare at Tavo for a second and then Nishka like I'm seeing something that's not there, or it's that kind of reaction where you look, shake your head, look again, and the focus expression is like, am I really seeing what I think I just saw?
What did you think you just saw?
No, I didn't say anything. I just looked.
She just did a double take when she looked at the two of you.
Rav,
I'm
are you,
sorry, I need to go sit down and she'll go.
We learned something
Walk
very
with her.
disturbing.
mm,
I also have questions for you, but
look at the
we're all
time.
going to have to go to the tavern to do this.
Hey, Nishka, you tell me
Things
again,
are
how
worse
did...
than we thought.
Nishka, tell me again, how did Vauld find you? And seen.
Who are you asking?
I was asking Nishka. But as like a fade to black sort of moment.
That's fun.
Alrighty.
And this is where we'll end it for tonight, with the party sort of meeting Vauld's children and arranging to head back to the tavern.
Like actually meeting them, not just running into them in the hall. Alrighty, I will mute the stream and I will be right back. Thank you all for tuning in. It's been an absolute blast. The music and noise and ambience has been from Tabletop Audio. We use Discord for our voice. We use Roll20 for our game. We have the deck of all the things and the deck of plunder from Gemhammer and Sons in this game. My name is Skyman978, and it's been an absolute blast. I'll see you all tomorrow. Good night, everyone. And remember, stay out of melee range, and God loves gamers.